Hello, welcome back to my channel and thanks for watching. It's Sean from Zarz Collectibles and Comics. Today we will be just chatting about Monster Size Vintage and Modern Toy Fair, which was on the weekend. Was the first show I attended as a seller for the year. So we'll discuss that, and I will show some books. I haven't picked up much lately, so I'll just go through some of my back collection. But we will start off showing some books, and then I'll chat about Monster Size a bit, and then we'll go back to showing some more books. So another collection that I have started doing. I had time to shop, Simon, did I? Just like you did. So, another collection that or a run that I'm trying to complete, another DC run, but it's the 52 week or new 52 week one run. How you going, Perry? Say it. Starts here with number 1. Now, I think there's 2 or 3 books in this run that are a little bit more difficult to get, but the bulk of them are all little books. So we have week 2, America Loves Booster Gold. I know this book, it's not a big key book, excuse me, but has some minor significance to it. Week 3. And we have week 4. Week 5. So I know this series has every week separate, so 52 weeks, and then I'm pretty sure there's another series that either comes before it or after it, which is another numbered series in the run. So we have week 6. Week 7. Week 8. There is some very cool, unique covers in this run, which is pretty cool. So you got week 9. Week 10. And as far as I know, the next book in this run is the biggest book in the set, which is the first appearance of Kate Kane as Batwoman. So we have week 11. Cool Batwoman cover. And we have week 12, which is another minor key, if I remember right, is the retelling of the origin, I think, of Isis, or maybe it's Black Adam. It also cool cover, Black Adam, Isis there. We have week 13, Colt against Superman from the looks of it. and the origin of elongated man. So you can see from the covers, they go from one extreme to another. You have some basic cool covers, and then you have some really unique different covers like this. So once we get about halfway through the books, I'll do a bit of a talk about Monster Size. For people that are not Australians, it was a local vintage and modern toy fair that we had in Melbourne last weekend. So we got week 17 with a cool Lobo cover. Week 18, Dr. Fate. Week 19, Animal Man cover. And week 21. So it's a 52-week run. I haven't quite gotten all of the books yet. So 21 puts us at about the halfway point of what I have. So Monster Size was a show that got announced in, I'd say, January, probably December, January this year, late last year. And it was poised at being the biggest, vintage and modern toy fair show so far. And it delivered very much so on being a very good show. Andrew and Will, the organizers, took on a monster challenge, trying to do a show of that magnitude with that many tables in the venue they did. And I decided to go as a seller to this show more than just going as a guest. I normally say I'm going to go and do some footage and do some streaming, and I never quite get to doing any of that stuff. So that's why I decided to do the whole seller thing. I set up with Mark from Big City Comics and Eli from Son of Man, and we just had a nice big walk-in stall set up like we would at the normal big shows. I will say that the whole bump-in experience with Monster Size was really good. The scattered timing for letting people come in to set up obviously worked really well, and was a very smart idea, letting people with bigger stalls get in first. Just made things a little bit easier. So doing the whole bump-in thing, as I said, worked really well. We're able to get in, get set up, which is always a long experience, especially when you're setting up in a situation which you've never done before. So I've been used to doing Supernova and Oz Comic Con. So hello, madam. How are you? So doing Supernova and Oz Comic Con, you know that you've got your 3x3 booth or your 3x6 booth, and you pretty much can use up the whole space. Where Monster Size was same concept, but was aiming for more of a tabled. How do I explain it? Tables at the front, everything at the back, sort of setup. But after having a chat with Andrew and Will, they were happy to let us set up a little bit different, which gave us a little bit of extra space to space out for ourselves. And it was very seamless, just dealing with the guys, getting in and out, which is always good when you're going there as a seller. And then Sunday, because it being a 1 day event, when it opened on Sunday, it also just seemed very seamless. Just no hiccups, no stress. They did their scattered ticketing, which seems to be something that works for them, and it works really well. So they had early bird patrons coming in at one time, then they had their normal ticket people coming in at another time, and then finally they had the what would you call it, last tickets or open to public timing, where the anybody could come in. There was Hey, we have someone in the background. Hello.
Hey.
Shouldn't you be asleep?
No. I'm usually up, like getting ready to go on Legion of Comics right now.
Leah, is he running behind?
I don't know what's going on, and I don't even see the stream up. So
Okay.
I happen to see you were
So-
on live, and so I impulsively
How?
had to jump on.
Well,
Zarz.
like I said, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
So, how was your hero's experience? I haven't spoken to you since.
It was amazing. It was expensive, but it was worth it.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
worth it to meet everybody I want to meet. So it was like a
Okay.
big party. I thought it was awesome.
It is, and it's. Sorry.
Are you going to go to Heroes Con? Have you been?
I'm hoping next year. Yeah, I was there last year, so
You
I
were?
got
Okay.
to meet most of the guys. Yeah, so I was tossing up between that and C2E2 this year, and I
Ooh.
decided with C2E2, but I think I made the wrong decision. So, so C2E2, it was good, but it's just it's more of a money making con than it is about the actual creators and writers and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so you
I
learn
hear
from your
you.
mistakes.
What
So
have you been
but yeah,
doing?
the aim is oh I've just was at a con, or not a con. We had a like a vintage modern toy fair, and I went
Mm-hmm.
as a seller. So been prepping for that for the last few weeks.
Okay.
So
Toy fair.
survived that on the weekend. Yeah. So it was so think of the main hall of Heroes Con, but
Yes.
just tabled with toy fair with toys, comics, pops, just
Hey,
everything.
I would die to have some vintage My Pretty Ponies or Seawees, those little mermaids. They're
There,
bad.
there was not. I'd be very surprised if you could not find what you were looking for at that show, with the
Really?
amount of sellers that were there. Yeah, it was
I would have
just
died. I would have
chock a
died
block.
if I got some pretty ponies, I tell you.
There,
I had a whole
it
collection of ponies, let me tell you.
as in My Little Ponies or just
Yes.
normal. Yeah,
My Little Buttercup and Minty and, Cotton Candy or whatever, Pinkie Pie and
so
Twilight.
about four 4 or 5 years ago, they were really big down here. I don't know if it was the same
Really?
there, but yeah, it was just like they re-emerged. They were making pops, and every toy was just releasing a line of My Little Pony, and they just went like crazy.
Yeah, because they
So
wanted all the girls that grown up who were playing with them. They could afford them now.
the thing is there was a lot more adult men buying it than it was kids. So
That's
it was
that's
one of
also
those things that went, yeah, it
it's
went
also
through
kind
that
of not
cycle
surprising.
that, yeah, it wasn't. But surprising, like it's one of those things where you don't hear about it for a very long time, and then all of a sudden it's like everyone wants it and knows about it, and then it just spread out again and disappeared for a bit.
Fizzles out.
So
Yeah, the hype fizzles
yeah,
out.
I
Yeah.
think Labubus or whatever they're called now have taken over the hype.
I don't even know what you said.
A Labubu. You don't know what a
What is
Labubu
that?
is?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. So it is. It's like a troll. You know the trolls with the
Yeah.
long hair.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that, but it's
It's got better hair.
from, I think, no hair. Just they. So you buying like a soft toy, but the
Okay.
face is like porcelain, not
Mm-hmm.
or plastic, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like an ugly looking face on on a on a toy. Like in the States, they've gone crazy.
Have they? I
They're
don't
like
know.
a, yeah.
How do you
Rihanna
spell this?
wore
What is
one
that?
on her bag. Yeah, I'll see if I can bring it up.
Here, spell it for me. I'll look it up.
Labubu.
What the hell is that? These things?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Huh.
there's something to do. I read from the guy who started drawing them, stole not stolen, but like took the idea from something in mythology from some ancient time,
It
and
looks
he
like they
started
came straight
drawing
out of
them.
that book where the wild things are. That's what it looks like. It looks like he ripped off the
And
book where
he
the wild things are.
yeah, it could be, but he started drawing them as a kid, and then as an adult he tried to do stuff with them and nothing worked, and then he
Yeah.
started making these figures, and one famous person had one, then Rihanna had one hanging on her bag at some red carpet, and then
Oh my.
after that they just went like crazy.
Oh my god.
And you can get them from one place, and you buy them at retail, and people, like if you go on Whatnot and all that, or at cons, like they're
Yeah.
worth about $32 Australian. I don't know what it is American, but they
Wow.
sell for 110, 120 each. And it's a mystery box. So you don't know what you're getting until you open it.
$92 for one of these things? You've lost your mind.
Oh, I watch a guy on YouTube. He has boxes of them, and he'll sell 200 to 300 in an hour at least 70 to 120 each one, just like that. Boom, boom, one after another,
He's
without
cleaning
even
up.
trying.
He's cleaning
Yeah.
up. Wow, I had no idea. Thanks for educating me and learn something new every morning.
So yeah,
I had no idea
it's
those things
something.
were out there.
It's the new thing for however long it's gonna last.
It's the new Cabbage Patch doll. It's the
Yeah.
new it's the new Beanie Baby. It's the new
I think the only difference between this and the Beanie Baby is because it's a mystery. It's sort of like gambling. People get addicted to opening to try and get the one they want. And then he was
'cause you don't
smart
know
that
it's all mystery. Yeah, that's the impulsive part
so
of people that would they like opening
there's
Christmas
7 of them. Yeah,
There's 7
there's
of
7
them.
of them. Six standard and 1 limited. So when you buy a box, you're guaranteed to get the 6. You could be lucky and get the 7th one that's limited. But if you just buy
Wow.
randomly, you
How
could end
much is
up with 6 of the
how much
same
is a
one.
pack of 6 with that maybe limited one in it?
Well, you don't know because you're buying it. So you can only buy these things, as far as I know, directly from the company that makes them.
Okay.
And from what I know, I don't know if it's true or not, they don't do trade. So you're buying it as if they were selling it to the public.
Okay.
So for
Cool.
like me to do that, it's $32 each one.
Each doll or
Each
each
box.
box.
No,
Okay.
no,
That's not that bad, right?
each
32, you're gonna get 6.
no,
Oh.
no, each doll. So each separate box. So it cost
These are worse than Barbies.
$192 for 6 of them. Yeah. And you can only buy 12 at a time.
They're limited. They're trying to keep their value
because
up.
they literally drop them. They'll put them up for you to buy, and within 10 seconds they're out.
Jesus Christ.
So
I didn't know I needed one.
I don't know. There's a lot of different ones. So they do Stitch ones. They do. So there's, I think there are 3 series so far. You got Big Into Energy, Monsters, and Have a Seat. So they're all 3 different looks. And then you have Stitch ones, you have One Piece ones, and God knows what else, because you'll probably be a little bit further advanced. Yeah.
But this one's got like a little card with it. It's cute.
Yeah. That's to have a seat. So see, they're sitting down.
Oh, it's sit. Okay, seated one. $90 only on eBay. Brand new.
Oh, have a look at the 400% ones. So the ones that are 4 times the size, and see how much they go for.
Okay, 400% low. How do you spell it again?
LABUBU.
LABU.
Yeah.
LOBU. Holy shit. $325 for a little.
That's cheap. Some of them go for nearly $1,000.
Wow, that one. $300.
Yeah, they're the One Piece ones. So.
Holy moly. Wow, are these expensive? And you can't even comb their hair.
But if you're lucky enough to get your hands on them at retail, you flip them and you make a fortune.
I bet you do. My God, I had no idea this was a thing. God, these prices are outrageous. $500
And I seen
for the
them at
Szechuan.
C2E2, but yeah, they're crazy. I seen them at shows before I knew what they were and how big they were,
Mm-hmm.
and they were normal pricing, and I never thought about it. And then after that, now it's the it thing to have. So yeah,
You missed the boat on that one.
I did. I normally get lucky and get things before they go crazy, but this time I didn't.
I had no idea. I kind of want to get one
So
for one of my kids now for their birthday or something, but I don't know what
if
they
you
would
are
want.
you on whatnot?
I have whatnot. I think I took it off because I just went on there one time. Why are they selling
Because
them
if
on
you
whatnot
go,
now too?
they are, and if you, I'm assuming because you like to be up at weird hours of the night, you might get lucky and get one cheaper because yeah. Hey Brian.
What up, Brian? What up, Godfather? Hey, you're up early
So
too. Well, not so early where
you,
you are, but
you
still
you can get
early.
lucky on that. It is. It's probably more darker for you than it is me, and it's nighttime for me.
Oh, it's still nighttime for me here in Arizona. Nighttime too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun will be coming up in a couple hours.
So again, my original statement: shouldn't you still be asleep?
Yes. No, I don't. My boyfriend gets up very early um to go to his job because Arizona gets very hot. Like today, I think it's gonna be 113, 115. And if you're
Yeah,
outside
that's
working, you
what
want to be out like at like 3 o'clock in the morning, like get up and like do your stuff so it's not 113 outside while you're
I
working.
okay. So he'll do like maybe 3 to 11,
He'll do
and
he'll
then
do
be
like
done.
3 to 12 or something, 12 or 1. But he has to like drive someplace first, so he's got like an hour driving to do too, and then after that, then he'll be home before it gets like blazing hot.
Okay, and it's
But I think
blazing
he got
hot
heat
for
stroke
you.
yesterday. He had to drink a bunch of. He had to take one of those IV liquid IVs,
Oh
that you put
yeah, yeah.
in your water. He was
Okay.
drinking one of those because he's like, I think I'm just dehydrated from being outside all the time. So,
Yeah, and it's always hot for you in Arizona, isn't it?
I love it though. I don't mind it at
Yeah.
all.
Well,
I
you
won't
get used
complain
to it.
about it at all. I much rather be too hot than too cold.
But is it a burning heat or like a dry sort of heat?
It's a dry, wonderful convection oven kind of feel when you walk outside.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
dry, so you can breathe.
would you compare it to Vegas?
Yes.
So more like a Vegas heat.
Mm-hmm. As
Oh,
opposed to a
because I've
Florida
been.
heat. A Florida heat, like you can't even breathe because there's so much humidity in the air and you're just miserable. You're just like, I can't handle being outside. But here it's like it's a
Ah,
dry heat. It's like the moisture, your sweat just evaporates right off you.
okay. I prefer that type of heat than the you feel your skin sort of burning
I go
on your
lay out
body
still.
as you're walking. Heat.
I go lay out still for like 15 minutes, like still to get a little vitamin D, even though it's 113
Yeah,
or whatever.
you have to.
How about you? How hot is it there?
Here we're in winter at the moment, so hey, Bo.
So you're wearing a scarf,
Yeah,
mittens, hat.
I I don't mind the cold, so because I work outside, I'm used to it.
I grew up in Wisconsin, and I did 24 years in Wisconsin, and I did my time.
Okay,
I'm done. I'm
and
I am entitled to be warm now.
I need a little bit more detail. What's Wisconsin mean?
Wisconsin is a state, and it's up by the Great Lakes. By the Great Lakes,
Okay.
you know what those are? Yeah. So they're far away from Arizona. So I moved down
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
I lived in Arizona more than I lived in Wisconsin now at this point.
Okay.
So I love Arizona. I
So-
feel like a native Arizonian.
I don't. When I say I don't mind the cold, I'm assuming Wisconsin cold is not the sort of cold I'm talking about.
Well, Wisconsin cold, like sometimes we would have cold advisories where if you walk outside, your skin would freeze within like 5 to 15 seconds. You know? Like that sucks.
No.
Who wants to live there? You
No.
know?
We very rarely get under 0 here.
Do you? Oh.
So yeah.
Lucky.
I don't think I've ever seen under 0 in my life.
Wow.
So, but yeah, our cold is. So, are you work in Fahrenheit? So I'm assuming my cold would be like your 30 or 32.
Okay. That's freezing.
So around.
So around
Which
freezing
is
point.
that freezing?
Yeah, 32 is freezing.
So
negative 32 is freezing. Or
yeah,
is it
so
30?
we'd get to 0. I know I've experienced 0 degrees, but on average it's about 8 degrees.
Okay. Okay.
So 8 degrees.
Yeah, it's hard for me
is
to convert
manageable
Celsius and it's hard for me to convert Celsius and Fahrenheit.
Let's see.
I have to use
Let's
my
see
phone.
what 8 degrees. 8 degrees.
What's up, Omnimo?
Fahrenheit.
Why didn't you jump on?
46.4.
What is it?
So 46.4
Oh, that's nice.
is
That's
8
like
degrees.
Shorts weather. Shorts weather.
That's right. Anything that's not 0 degrees is short weather for me.
Yeah, shorts weather.
Like I said, because I'm outside all the time. You get used to the cold. You get used to the heat. So it just becomes second nature.
Well, it's kind of fun to work outside though too, because I would rather work outside than like some small cubicle inside a building all day.
Well, I've only ever known working outside, so I've never done anything other than what I do. So besides bartending, I've only ever worked in my business and my family business doing the same thing.
Which is what?
So garage doors.
Oh, I have many friends who are in the garage door business, actually. I have two friends in the garage door business.
Okay, yeah. So I've been doing that for a very, very long time.
Yeah, are you gonna take over the helm eventually, you think?
I already have. I've been doing my own business. Yeah. I've been doing it now for about 19 years.
Okay. All right.
So yeah. So
that's awesome.
Hopefully start moving on from it and do
Moving
something
on
different.
from it?
But
you want to do something different within your life than garage doors?
Yes.
Garage doors are important though.
I know they're important, but I've been doing it for coming on 25 years. So
wow. Yeah, you could switch it up now.
Yeah. So I'd like to keep running the business, but just not doing the work anymore.
Oh,
hire some people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get to relax and travel a bit more and enjoy myself.
You want to
So
travel? What do you like to do? You like to kayak and go out in nature and stuff, or what do you like to do?
no, I don't mind nature, but I'm not a kayaker or a hiker, or. But I just like to explore. I like to go somewhere, no plans, just get there, decide what I want to do as I'm going, enjoy myself.
That's one of
So
the best trips I ever had was unplanned like that, and it was me and my two college friends. We went to Spain for 2 weeks with like no plans, just a guidebook and a rental car,
yeah.
and we had the best time.
So I did that a long time ago. We had the plan. We did a 3-month trip, and we had the
Woo!
plan of obviously here to there by this date and that, and no, really, Brian. I don't think so. We don't live in the outback, buddy. But yeah, so uh, I like doing my trips like that around something big.
Mm-hmm.
So like I've done a trip before around Disneyland
Okay.
and going there, and then next trip I would say is going to be around the World Cup, which is
Okay.
next year. So
Where else have you been in the world? Have you been traveling the world at
uh,
all?
I have, yeah, I've been to about 16 countries.
16 countries. Can you name one for me? Because I want to see how many I've seen too.
So I've been obviously Australia where I live. I've been to Thailand.
Okay,
I've been
Australia
to
doesn't
Dubai.
count because that's where you live. So you can take that one off the
Yeah,
16. Okay.
it's not fancy, but I've been to Thailand, Dubai,
Ooh, Dubai. How was
New
Dubai?
Zealand.
How was Dubai?
Dubai is
Was it
Dubai is
crazy?
it's not as bad as not crazy, but the weather wise would probably be like what you're used to. Like I say,
Hmm.
it's like Vegas,
Yeah.
but the big thing with there is it's exactly like Vegas, but worse. So you know when you go into a hotel in Vegas, the aircon's pumping and you get
Yeah.
cold, and then you go back to heat. In
Yeah.
Dubai, in the hotel is like in the hotel in the shopping centers is like 2 degrees. So when you walk in, you're going from want to be stripped to be outside and wanting a jacket on
That's not
inside.
good for your
But
immunity
then,
too. That's not good for your health.
oh, it isn't.
No,
It's
yeah.
not. You get sick really easy going from hot to cold,
Yeah.
like that.
And I also
But
heard in
then
Dubai, like you can get a ticket if your car isn't clean.
I
Like,
don't know about that.
if
I
you didn't
didn't
wash
drive.
your car,
We
you're gonna
just
get
spent.
pulled.
Yeah, you. There's a lot of weird rules there. Like I know that, but it's interesting when you go there and it's you think of it as exactly like Vegas. It was a nothing, and they turned it into a city. But
Yes.
Vegas turned it into what they did, and Dubai turned it into like a marvel. Just like the things you see and the buildings and the way they built things.
It's
It's
impressive, huh?
really it's worth the trip.
Is
Yeah,
it? That's saying a lot because how long did it
it
take you to get to Dubai?
takes about 16 hours.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
don't want a middle seat for
so
that flight.
it is worth the trip. Hello, Christina.
Tina!
So we've done Thailand, Dubai. I've been to
Ooh,
New Zealand.
yeah.
So I've done
Philippines? Have you
obviously
been to the
America.
Philippines?
No, I've only done a little bit of Asia so far.
Okay.
So
What about Europe?
I've did so Europe. I've done a fair bit. I've done um, Malta, Italy,
Oh, I'm so jealous of that.
France,
Yes, did France,
Spain, Germany, Holland,
Spain, Germany, the Netherlands. Yeah.
Scotland,
Ooh,
London.
Scotland, London. I haven't been there. That's why I want to go there. Cool.
Where else have I been? Why is it leaving me now?
You been to Africa at all? South America?
No,
Okay.
none of Africa. I've been to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. So I did Mexico. I've done. There's more in Europe. Why can't I remember?
Belgium.
Nah, haven't done Belgium.
Switzerland.
Not Switzerland either yet. Not yet. Let me pull up a list.
Norway. Sweden.
Not list of
Luxembourg.
countries. I've flown into Luxembourg, but I haven't
Have you?
been there. Yeah. So, Japan, Ireland, Finland. Where is it? Let's see. France. I did Canada. It's not a list of all the countries. Fucking stupid. Yeah. So. Where is it? Burn. Cambodia, Canada. Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark. No, and I said Germany. I've done Hong Kong.
Hong
No,
Kong.
I've done
Okay. China.
Yeah, for a
That's
little
cool.
bit.
North Korea.
Italy. No, I had Japan booked, and then COVID hit, which destroyed that.
Do you want to know a little something about Japan and COVID? My friend was in Japan during COVID, and I was friends with him, and he texted me in February, I am waiting in line for toilet paper. And I said, holy shit, this shit's bad, you know? And like, it made me realize like it was coming to America too, you know? It's like, God, toilet paper.
Yeah, it was only a matter of time before it was coming.
Yeah.
So, where else? Russia.
You went to Russia?
No.
Yeah.
It was on the list. I've been to Singapore for like a day, and I'm going again for like a day in travel.
What about Cambodia and Pyongyang?
None of those places yet. They're on the list.
They are.
Yeah. So the aim is to go to every country.
I'll tell you something. My cousin did a very interesting thing when he got out of college. He saved up a bunch of money, and he allowed himself $50 a day to travel the world. And he video blogged it on a website. So every day you would hear, like, he would type in what happened to him that day as he was trying to get through Cambodia, you know, or whatever. Like, people automatically think because you're American, you're gonna be like be rich and be able to pay bribes to get into different countries and stuff. And it was just fascinating. Like, he went through Cambodia and Vietnam and all the way down to Africa. And yeah, he went to some crazy places. That was cool.
I do say that I want to do every country, but I think the older I get, the the more less enticing it is to do some places.
Why? Now you'll have the means to do it.
It's more just the patience to deal with stuff. When I was
Travel.
younger, I was a little bit more careless. Like if I got delayed or if something happened or this wouldn't phase me as much.
Yeah,
Now it's a different story.
I hear
So
you there.
like I've been trying to get to Egypt for years.
Oh, I love
Every
to see
time I want
Egypt.
to
Oh
go,
my God.
yeah, every time I plan a trip and Egypt is part of the trip, the travel warning goes to not safe to travel or not safe to be there and this and that. So it's never happened.
My mom and my brother went to Egypt, and for her last trip, she died of cancer like 6 months after her trip. But she got to go to Egypt with my brother, and they were like riding camels in front of the pyramids, and I was so
Yeah,
jealous.
I Egypt is one of those places where it just seems like too good to be true. Even
Yeah,
though we know it exists, you don't believe it until
yeah.
you can say you've physically seen it with your own eyes.
I want to be inside one of the pyramids where it's all like brilliantly colored, and still painted. You know what I mean? Like, because they did
Mm,
such a great job, like just interior decorating of the of the pyramids. I'm just so interested in
especially
the
for
art of
you
it.
being an artist and being working with your hands, seeing that stuff would mean so much more.
Yeah, it means
It'll
a lot
be
because
just a
I
whole
think of all
different
the
experience.
artisans. They're like, chipping away,
Yeah.
painting that stuff. And
Sitting
I would,
with a
I
chisel and a hammer.
personally would like to have a pyramid of my own. Just
Just
before I leave the earth,
in your
I
back
would like to leave something of my own here, something pyramid-esque, something that big. I don't know.
in the backyard in Arizona. Yeah,
Something that people will
just build
flock to see because it'll be
a
so cool.
Madam's pyramid of Arizona.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
well, have you done much in Europe?
Not. I just did a little bit of France. I did a lot of the Netherlands, Spain. I did a lot of. I went down. We did France, and then we went down all the way to Spain, and we were going to go to Morocco. But
Yeah.
by the time we got to the Straits of Gibraltar, which we could see with our eyes, right, we realized that my friend forgot his passport in France, so we couldn't go to Morocco. So that was next
Okay.
at that point, even though we made it all the way to the tip.
I was gonna say because if you've been to Europe, like Italy, Malta, and like Greece, would be great examples of just old school working with your hands, building stuff. So
I
a
would
lot of
die to go to Italy.
sandstone.
That's what I want to
Yeah,
do is go to
sandstone.
Italy. So,
Yeah, Italy. You gotta go to Italy, I think, with an open mind. Like
mhm.
you're going there for the beautiful architecture and stuff, but the people treat you like crap,
They do?
and they try and yeah,
That's not
Italians are
nice.
rude.
Huh.
Like you
Ruder than
have to pay to
Americans?
use the bath. In all honesty, I might get bombarded for saying this. I've been to America
Uh-oh.
maybe six, 7 times, and I've had probably one bad experience with an American.
Mhm.
Besides that, I've never had any issues. Whereas Italians, like, they charge you to walk into the toilet to use
Well,
the
I've heard
toilet.
of that before. I've heard of that before in Europe. Like they're going to charge you to use the toilet, which I guess is a thing. You got to have
Yeah,
money, I guess.
it's a
defecate
thing
on the
because
streets.
Italians made it a thing.
They did.
Like everything's a cost, and
Oh,
like if you, it, I would say it's not worse than any other country, but it just seems worse to me. Like
pricey. Yeah. That's probably what
everything
has
is so
prevented me.
expensive.
That's probably what's prevented me from like even like dreaming about going is because I know how expensive like it's gonna be and like how much I will want to shop when I'm there then.
But see, shopping is not a, like, for high end fashion it is, but for normal shopping, Italy's not great for it, in my opinion.
I mean,
Like
I
out of
don't
all the
go
places,
after name brand stuff. I just like unique stuff that doesn't have a name brand. So if I see some like unique like Italian shoes or something like I probably go. I did that
yeah,
in
but
Spain.
see
I got
that
some.
all that go. Sorry.
I did that in Spain. I got some really cool like Spain shoes, you know, that were like beaded and like in the style of the time because the European style was like 5 years ahead of the American style, right? So I was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
these shoes. These are great. I've never worn them, and that was like
I've done.
20 years ago.
Yeah, I did that. I bought a whole bunch of stuff, but I found like with Italy, if you go 5 minutes out from the main where everyone is where
Hmm.
you'll find all the good shopping and reasonably priced and everything. But
Yeah,
don't buy anything anywhere near the main center of Rome.
because that's where they're letting off the cruise ships, right? Because
The
they're,
ships
they're
and
letting
but
off
it's
cruise
just
ships.
it's where everything is. You have the Trevi Fountain, you have all that stuff there is in the heart of Rome,
Okay.
like dead center. And then you go out a little bit, and that's where you find everything that's worth looking at, places that are worth eating at, and everything.
So cool.
But then,
Yeah,
even in saying that, go.
I had a website up for commissions to do Boston stuff. And one time I looked at my email and it said from Rome. And I said, oh, Rome is calling me to make a sculpture. And I open it up and it's from Rome, Georgia, where I ended up making a full-size sculpture of First Lady Ellen Axon Wilson. And that worked out, but still, I was disappointed.
That's all right. You start with Rome, Georgia, then there'll be Rome in Canada somewhere next, and then you'll get to Rome, Italy. Maybe the Vatican, and you get to make a sculpture of one of the popes.
Oh, that's my dream. My actual dream is to do a bust of a sitting president. I think if I could do that, that would be
Okay.
something. You know, have him pose for me and stuff, be the official portrait.
It's still possible. Maybe Donald Trump wants to be bronzed and memorized for life. So.
I just got done. I
so
picked up one of
like,
my sculptures from the foundry. Would you like to see it? It's
yeah.
I just picked it up yesterday, and I have two of them. I'm going to try to sell them in an art show in Tahoe next month.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to show you what the final product looks like. If I can lift it.
Show some more books while we're waiting. So we have heavy. Alrighty, let's change it back. Okay.
Okay, it's really heavy. I'm going to push it back here. You can get a feel for. She's in
That's
bronze.
awesome.
And
And that's her hair behind her, obviously.
her hair with a snake in there and flowers and tree stumps and ivy and rocks and stuff. And then she's kind of coming
And
off of the whole thing. And then she's on a tree stump base too.
okay. And is this just an idea out of your head, or is it something?
Yes.
Is it just design you came up with?
Yep. And it's,
And did someone pose for you?
no. I wish I had a model.
No, sorry.
I feel like she's poison ivy. That's what I intended her to be, kind of poison ivy. You know?
Okay.
And I guess I can still
Belong.
call her poison ivy because, you know, poison ivy is a plant.
Yeah.
But I think I might call her Gaia instead.
Okay.
You know who Gaia is?
Not
Gaia is
directly.
Mother,
I've heard
Gaia
Mother
is Mother
Nature.
Earth. Mother
Earth,
yeah.
yeah.
The female personification of Mother Earth. Yeah, I got to use these, otherwise I'll put my fingerprints on her,
Yeah,
and it'll leave dark spots in the patina.
Yeah. Okay.
She's heavy. Try two of them. I'll show you another one I'm working with.
No problem. Okay, we'll show some books while Madam is gone. She's back quick.
Oh, I just started. I'm doing a time lapse video of me doing this for my website.
How long does something like this take?
Now this one's kind of complicated. It's Inception, but it's
Okay.
I started working on her 2 days ago. I just started making her, and what she isn't meant to be is a personification of motherhood. Okay? And the chaos that ensues, right, with motherhood. And then I'm going to have all of these out of her chest here. I'm going to have all of these things falling out and falling on the ground here in a pile. And these things are that the children use during their childhood. Like
Also, actual toys.
little toys, right? So they're going to be little toys like stuck in here coming out, and like a whole pile of like, you know, there's a dollhouse, you know,
Okay.
a little easel, just all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to have the whole thing like that, right? Just piles of stuff coming out, right? And it's just something you call motherhood, or the chaos of motherhood, or the remains, or after, or something like that.
Is all the stuff going to be bronzed, or is it just going to be the actual toys?
No, the toys would be bronzed. I cheated.
Bronzed as well? Wow.
Yes. I'm going to put them kind of in like a clayey lump and let them stick out, and put a little bit of clay on top of them so they will bronze. But you'll be able to, but when they stick out, you'll be able to see what they are, you know? And I picked out a lot of things that my own kid played with. So I kind of am dedicating it to them.
When you get something like that bronze, do they make like a mold of it and then bronze it, or they bronze straight on top?
No, it's called the lost wax method. And what they do is they make multiple molds. And at one point, this whole figure will be this figure, but completely in wax.
Okay.
And then once that figure is completely in wax, then they encase it in like a silica, like a glass silica, wet silica. And they keep adding layers of that until it's really thick. And then they turn it upside down and they melt all the wax out. And that silica is hard enough and strong enough to hold molten bronze. So then they'll put it upside down and they have a very important bronze pour, where it's very dangerous. You know, you get that protective gear on and stuff to be pouring bronze. And then after that, they crack it out of the shell, sandblast it, patina it, done.
Okay. It's a very, very long process.
It is. It takes about maybe 2 months to make a portrait. And then it's going to wait 8 weeks for foundry. So let's see, just 8 weeks in the foundry just to make it in the bronze.
Okay, and is it the same sort of time frame no matter on the sizing of the thing?
A little bit, yeah. Like if I did a full-size statue, it would take longer.
Okay.
This is what I've been working into. This is called The Flight. And he's going to have a bunch of crows coming out of his chest in a circle.
Okay.
And
cool.
He's kind of walking as he's going, but I'll show you the picture of what I intended here.
You gotta have a very vivid mind.
Yeah, I think I'm very surreal in my. This is the sketch for him.
Okay.
See, so it's gonna be like these crows flowing out in metal, so he'll have like a genuine circle around him of crows.
Okay.
Called The Flight, which could mean the last flight of the soul.
What?
Could mean an idea.
Okay.
You know, could mean a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And
are these? I know the Mother Nature woman is going in the auction. Is one of these two going for that too, or is it a different one you have?
It would be too late for them. I would have to. There's another one in next year in Salt Lake City. That's also supposed to be a great show to go to because a lot of affluent buyers will go there. So hopefully those will be done by then. And I can.
Okay, and is this something that you have to get invited to, or anyone can put their work in?
You have to apply.
You have to apply. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would assume it's not a short process either.
No, it's okay. And then like once you get in, you have to I have to go all the way up to Tahoe with all my pieces, set them up, light them up, make it look nice, rent some furniture for my space there amongst all these other artists, and for 3 or 4 days sit there and try to sell art.
And then pack it all up taking. So pretty much like a comic convention, just on a bigger scale.
That's correct.
Are you only taking the 2 statues, or are you going to take other stuff with you?
I'll show you what else. I only have a couple things done that I'm going to part with. So I am taking this one just because I have the.
How you going, Mitch?
I'm taking this one too.
Okay.
This one too, which I call expecting.
It's really cool.
So
Christina, I don't know
there's
what's for breakfast for me.
uh-oh.
It's nearly 11 p.m. at night, so I would say what's for midnight snack for me?
What's for midnight snack for you?
Bed, because I got a long day tomorrow. So once we get to midnight, we'll see. But okay, so
So I'm going to bring
with
that one
with
too, the pregnancy one. And I have another one with the EOD statue that's bronze. It's small too.
okay. So when you make something like that, do they get is every detail you put in your thing show up, or do they have to like put more effort into make certain things show up? No.
It's up to me. They're basically just molding what I have made and trying not to fuck it up, which they have done
Okay.
before. This happens before. Like one time I made that poison ivy statue and I was looking
Yeah.
at it in wax and I was going over it in wax looking at it and I was like, um, what's this? This is like a raspberry. I didn't put a raspberry on my sculpture. What the fuck is this thing here? And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. Oh my God. Like, we'll fix this, you know. But it's like you have to like go over there, like, quality control, check your stuff.
Oh,
Otherwise you
so
might end
you
up with
have to be
something a little off. And then you're
so you
pissed.
have to be part of the whole process
Kind of,
from
yeah. And
stage
then
to
I'm always there
stage
to
to
oversee the
stage.
patina, the color of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I get the whole process of how they would have to make things just from being able to build things and make things, but you don't get how difficult and how simple some things can be and not be at the same time. So like I would never have thought they'd be molding so many times to get your statue to
Yeah.
be from what it is to bronze.
And that
So
there's a reason I do that. I took a class and I learned all the steps to do that. I actually did those steps myself. So it helps that I know the
okay.
steps in my mind when I'm making something because I know what's doable in 3D sculpture,
Um
what's not, you
what
know?
what can transfer across
Yes, what's going to have to be
okay.
cut into pieces and what's going to be too large for something and what. Yeah. And
And
then
is
I have
there
some waxes to show you. I can show you some waxes. And waxes are
okay.
after the first mold. After they make a rubber mold, they'll put a plaster mold on top of it, which is a mother mold, so it's tight. And they'll break it out, and then they'll take out your clay, and you get your clay back.
Okay. And your clay comes back the way it went?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's show some more. I will get these done. We got week 23.
I just happen to have some wax heads here.
Well, just a few dozen.
I actually have 5 bronze heads of my ex in my backyard.
Okay.
Did I
Mm,
sculpt it?
it might be time to sell them on.
No, I've decided to make them into a game. Instead of
Okay.
cornhole, I've turned them upside down so that you try to get it in the head.
Okay.
So this this is a gentleman I did named Slayton, and he was an EOD bomb tech, and he accidentally he got blown up and lost his sight and his dominant left arm. And this is after his accident, and he has scars here. You can see that I put in everything with this one. was
Yep.
I made 2 waxes, and this one wasn't good enough to cast, but I still kept it. So you can kind of see what it's.
So that's the thing that they would put the plasticine thing on to make the.
This is what they would take and they would put in a big wet slurry, like a big wet slurry bin, and it would get like all wet and white, and then they would set it on the shelf to dry. And then once it's dry, they would do it
Okay.
again. Once it's dry, they do it again. Once it's dry, they do it again. Once it's dry, they do it again. And so it's really thick.
Okay.
And then they
And
take
that's
that,
the
put
thing
upside
they
down in
put-
a kiln, melt out the wax.
Now, so when you're making your original thing, do you have to allow for it getting bigger with that process?
I try not
Or
to make
does
them.
it come to.
They would have to cut them up if they were too big to go in the slurry.
No, but what I mean is, so if just say your statue that you showed me before, in a
Yes.
scale,
Mhm.
is it going to be your end? Is the bronze going to be same size or 5% bigger, or
It's going to be about, it could be up to 8% smaller because of shrinkage.
smaller? Okay.
Mhm.
So it goes smaller, not bigger
Yeah.
through the whole process.
Yeah.
Okay. It's I wish I had the mind to be able to go from an idea to an end game like that.
End game. It's all I know how
Hey,
to do.
Bubs.
You know. Here's one I'll show you that I did
Every-
of my son standing in my ex's cowboy boots.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Not his cowboy boots, his military boots. You know.
And the detail and stuff in that looks awesome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks.
It takes a lot of talent to be able to, like I said, come up with something in your head and get it from being an image to something real. So
I think it's the most exciting thing I get to do with my life.
well, everyone, I believe that everyone has a passion and something that they're good at and they're meant to do, and when you find it, you should just do it. So it seems like you've found yours.
I did.
And it's working in your favor.
I did, and you know something? For the longest time, I never felt like I was always like really good at art, like in art classes. Like I'd be like, okay, like I'm doing pretty good. But I went to college for painting, and I did a little bit of sculpture there. But my high school teacher told me I was better in sculpture, and I am better in sculpture. But it took a while before I felt like I put up a website for commissions for busts, just for heads. And it took a while for someone to call me. So long that my ex was like, "Are you even going to keep that website up? Like, no one's calling you." And then someone called me.
Okay.
But I've done dozens of busts for commission of people hitting my website and wanting busts of their family members who have passed on usually.
Okay.
And then that parlayed into doing a full-size statue, which parlayed into doing a 7-foot size statue, parlayed into doing a monumental statue that's across from the Phoenix Capitol now that was unveiled last year of Frances Willard Munn.
Okay.
She was a suffragette leader in Arizona.
So
She's in the book
it
too.
looks like it's it. Your commissions are stepping up and up.
That's
okay. So soon the sitting president or the Pope isn't as far reach as you would think.
I hope not. And because of President Trump, he put out a call for artists for 150 artists, statues to be made for the building of the National Guard of American Heroes. Okay. So there is a grant out there that I've applied for that is over now, but I applied for it. But they had a list of like 250 names of people, famous people from America. And you had to pick 3, say what you would imagine for their statue. They want a traditional looking statue, that looks like them, and everything. And they want to know what 3 you would pick, and then what like 10 other ones you would pick. And then they're going to let you know in September.
Okay,
so I picked.
It's still a very possibility.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you pick Trump?
No, Trump wasn't on there. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was on there. It was a very It was very bipartisan selection of people to choose from. But I chose Henry Longfellow for the very selfish reason that he had a beard and lots of wrinkles and looked really old. And for some reason, I find that very easy to sculpt, as opposed to like a baby who's got like, just smooth skin. You know what I mean?
I can see when you got features to work with, it gives you points to be able to get your sizing right and get your just the structure in its right place, because when you're looking at it, this wrinkle is a bit further than that wrinkle, and this yeah.
So instead of sketching him,
a lot of paper.
Yeah. Instead of sketching him, I was like, God, I just love to sculpt him, So I sculpted him in 2 days. And I added a picture of that to my grant. So hopefully that will help. This will help me get Henry Longfellow, at least one. I also applied for Nicholas Tesla. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So cool, I love Tesla. And then I also applied for Annie Oakley.
Okay.
Who is a sharpshooter.
So are they planning to make, you said 150 statues or 150 artists making statues?
There's 150 statues, I believe, but my foundry man pointed out some things to me, which was there aren't enough artists to do this, first of all. Okay. So I could do up to 3. I could be awarded up to 3 sculptures.
Yeah.
Which I would die if I got 3 sculptures. I'd be so happy.
And is there a time frame? Like,
yes,
are they planning to have them ready? So it has to be ready by a specific time.
Mm-hmm. Next July, they got to be ready.
Next July, and they're gonna let you know in September.
Yes.
So that means if you were to get 3, you got about 3 months each statue, give or take.
You know what I'd do though? I would just hire apprentices to help.
To get the main,
to help make the armatures, the inside.
Yeah.
I would enlist some help if I got.
I would assume that you could just go like to one of the local schools and maybe get some of the kids doing art as a thing, and them being a part of it would be something they would willingly do.
Oh my God, that's such a great idea. I love that idea. And it
you're not just getting a random, you'll get an artist who will actually might be able to help in some form. Or Marcus.
What's up, Marcus?
How are you, buddy?
I would naturally have my own children like working on the sculptures with me. Like when I make a bust, like they'd always come up and try to help. And if I have a full-size figure, I'd have like a couple of them in there working on each side, just doing their thing. So it was
Yeah.
I definitely felt it was a communal effort, and they were included in
Have a
sculpting.
little imperfection on the sculpture that's your children, so it's
No,
immortalized forever.
no. One
No.
time I came down and one the first one I had done, the first lady Ellen Axon Wilson, she was almost completely done, and she was in my living room. And one of my children decided to go down there and take a knife and stab into her
Scratch.
skirt, right where the folds were, and then decided to take some clay and add a couple pieces to it. Right? I came downstairs and I was
Okay.
thrilled. I was like, "Oh, look at where you have the sculpture!" And it was an easy fix. I just had to it was an easy fix. It wasn't hard to fix, but it was just cute. It's like, I'm just gonna go work on this
It
without
happens.
mom.
It may have been the first step in the future artist in the family.
Yes.
He'll come home one day and he'll have a nice sculpture of something.
Right.
So,
Right.
well, hopefully you get at least one, if not one, all three, or
Thank
maybe
you.
more. I'd be very surprised if you didn't,
Oh, that's
especially
sweet.
considering your art's already out there
Yeah.
in numerous places. So I would assume being an artist that has work already in the public stage would mean you're ahead of most people.
I hope so. I hope so. And I'll
So
tell you something funny. Whenever I was little and growing up, and even in my 20s and 30s, I really wouldn't think my art was good enough to show people. I was very sensitive of criticism of my art. Okay. And knowing this, I wouldn't show my art to shows or like have them out in public or anything for, dissection, you know? And it was only until recently that I looked at my stuff and I was like, okay, I'm ready. You know, like people can see this now. You know,
I think it's anyone who makes something just out of their own is always critical of what people think about it. Even you never have that confidence into yourself until that first person sees it and says something, and it gives you the backing that you believe that you have but you don't want to show
yeah.
people.
All I need is
So
validation. Will work for validation.
but I don't think it's so much validation, it's just people also showing that they respect and understand how much time and effort goes into making something.
Yeah.
Because I can assume people think, oh, it's clay, they just sit there and push and pull and magically the thing becomes what it's meant to be, but they don't realize how much effort it takes to get, especially those fine details that you get in like her hair, or
Yeah.
the stuff in the hair, and that it's not a 2 second process.
It's not. It's not making a painting. That's for sure. Painting you can
Yeah, but
finish in a day.
even yeah, but I would also assume that comes down to the type of artist you are,
Mm-hmm.
because you can always add more to a painting, like you can always add more and more details to a sculpture. You got to know where the middle ground is of enough is enough but not too much, and not not enough. And
I'm
it's
always
it's
more is
something
more.
that yeah, on certain
Yeah.
things more is more, and on others it wouldn't be. So like that's the eye an artist has to know when to stop and when to keep going.
Yeah. I always
So,
find like when I did this one, like there were so many details to be had in her clothes. Let me see here. See her ruffles and
yeah.
stuff, and her buttons and tassels, and I just loved all that. I love it. I love the details. The details are what makes me excited about like doing the sculpture. Because if it was just all rough and all like contemporary, like I wouldn't want to do it actually.
Yeah, Bubs, of course you would think like that. So,
Yeah.
then at
Oh, and here
least
I
you
can
know
show you
the
something.
countdown is on.
Hold on. I'll show you something else. Okay, I was working on this too.
Is that for Comics Curing
Poison
Cancer?
ivy. I was going to donate it, yeah. I was thinking
Okay,
any
that's
color
cool.
and color on her poison ivy. I was gonna make her a little more va boom. I think.
I know. I remember seeing you on one of the streams, and they said splash of color. If I was you with the ivy, just do the
Yeah.
flowers and the lips.
Okay, I will. And then I did this one. This is just some surreal drawing I just did the other day.
That's
This is
cool.
just my own
The world
my,
melting,
my
or the moon melting.
that's the world inside a world inside a world.
Okay, it's really cool.
You got you have
So
do you have any Zarz? I know you collect liquor.
yes,
Did you pick up anything great recently?
no, I haven't picked up anything new, but hopefully on my next trip, I might try and get something when I'm out and about. Because every trip I've done for the last year or so has been to a show or a convention, so it's been more focus on books and stuff than it has anything else. So
Mm-hmm.
this next trip will be a no show trip, so it'll just be I can put alcohol in my luggage, and if it happens to break, I don't have to worry about it destroying anything. So, well, we'll try.
And you're
It's been a
what's your
while since.
bourbon or scotch? What was it?
So I have a bit of everything. So,
Okay.
but I'm mainly a Jack Daniels person
Jack
for
Daniels
myself. So
whiskey.
so I try. Well, technically bourbon, technically
Bourbon.
whiskey.
Okay.
Depends what you. Yeah, bourbon, whiskey, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's we so certain things that Jack Daniels makes isn't allowed in Australia, so we're not
Mm-hmm.
allowed to get it.
Oh.
So you have to get it from the States. So I gotta work out and pick up something on the next trip. But I tend to
When's your
buy
next trip?
like
When's your next trip to the United States?
so I'm going to Canada in September to visit some friends. So I'll be
Nice.
there for a few weeks.
Where in Canada?
So Toronto, and I'll be
Nice.
going to is it Montreal? Where's like a 5 hour drive from Toronto? Is that Montreal or
I don't know
Quebec?
if it's Montreal or not. I don't know my Canada
Uh,
geography as well as I should. I
so
just know Toronto's
Bubs,
up at
don't
Niagara
they?
Falls
Yeah,
area.
side, yeah. So I'll be there for a bit, and that's the no shows planned to go to or anything. So be a nice simple show. I know it's
Nice.
technically Tennessee whiskey, but they also says bourbon on it Bubs. So you Americans make everything more fucking difficult than you need to. So
Zarz, can you put us half and
it is.
half? I feel like I'm on stage.
Yeah, you want a good solid
I want to
whiskey?
share the screen with you.
Oh, half and half. Sorry,
Half and half. There we
you were
are.
showing
Okay.
your statue. Yeah, I
I'm done
was
showing off.
making the center screen. Yeah. So, right. Yeah. Main part of the collection is whiskey and bourbon, and I have half a shelf of vodka, all different vodkas. So
Do you have a Van Gogh vodka?
a Van Gogh? No, what's a Van
Yes.
Gogh vodka?
It says Van Gogh vodka on it, and it's cool.
Oh, okay. Is that the only specialty about it that it says Van Gogh on it?
Yes, and I definitely had one
Yeah. Is it good?
at one point. It was good. Yeah, it was great.
So let's see. I've got
What's your top shelf vodka?
Grey Goose, Belvedere, Ciroc,
Ciroc.
the
Who makes
Skull
Ciroc?
one.
Who makes Ciroc?
Ciroc. That's who
makes
makes it.
Who makes it?
As in what country?
Doesn't like some superstar make Ciroc?
No, Ciroc is it was a vodka, but I think now Jay-Z owns most of the company.
That's what I
But
meant.
I don't
Okay.
think he made it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So
Like he's just
then there's the Dan Aykroyd one, the Skull.
What? There's a Dan Aykroyd one?
Yeah. Dan Aykroyd has the vodka and it comes in a skull.
I was within 5 feet of Dan Aykroyd. I almost got his autograph. I love him. He's so cool.
I forgot what it's called. Skull.
Thank you, Bob's Comics. I thought P. Diddy was the brand ambassador back in the day for Ciroc. That's what I was going for.
Pre-Diddy, yeah, sorry.
That's gonna become valuable. You should not drink out of that one.
So Dan Aykroyd, it's called Crystal Head vodka.
Oh.
And
Does
it
it come in a Crystal Head?
Comes in a skull bottle. I'll show you in a second. So
I think I've seen them before.
So comes in the different skulls.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I have that rainbow skull still, I think I got that rainbow
And I'm
skull.
pretty sure.
How much does it say?
I'm 99. So it depends on which one. So like that one is 175 Australian. 165, 288. So yeah, it's not cheap. Okay. But see, your one's empty. It's only valuable when it's full.
Something in there. It's a nail.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can see how much I paid for it. Oh, my glasses. Let me see.
Yeah,
I remember keeping the bottle because it was cool, you know.
So, and then I have Absolute.
Yeah.
And I have an Australian vodka that has gold flakes in it.
Is it? It's not Goldschlager?
No.
What's it called?
It's just an Australian company.
Can you show it? Is it hard to grab?
Yeah, it is hard to grab.
Okay.
I can show it as in physically show it, but I can't get it down. So to the bottle on the end.
Ah,
And it's got the gold flakes in it.
Rohrschlager.
Got
Rohrschlager.
all the jack.
You know, you are ready
And,
for World War III, Zarz.
Yeah.
You know
I'll
that, right?
never have to worry about not being able to be intoxicated.
Well, actually, that's going to be a lot of bargaining incentive you got right there. You know?
Yeah. We'll
Here,
start
you
off
can
with
have
the
this
bottom
bottle of
shelf.
whiskey, and I will take 2 firearms. Thank you. No.
Yeah. You're thinking about the wrong thing, Bubs. That's the scotch we're gonna serve you. It comes with rabbit poo in the bottom.
What?
I'm kidding.
Oh, I thought
I'm
this was
just
a real thing. I was going to be mortified.
I'm just taking the piss out of Bubs because he says that next year he's coming to Australia. We'll see.
Oh, it's coming
We'll
to
take him to
Australia.
that's what he says. Yeah, we'll give him some snake bites and some other
Well,
your
can
favorite
you get a
type.
kangaroo to punch him in the face? Because that's also fun.
Can I get a kangaroo? I'll
To
get
punch him in the face.
I'll get Simple Simon to dress up as a kangaroo and punch him in the face at the airport. He gets off the plane, Simple Simon give him a punch and then hop away.
I love it. And then if he stood over him and said, "Welcome to Australia, mate."
I think it'll take a lot for someone to be able to stand over Bubs. He's a big gentleman. So, but it's possible. We'll see what happens.
What time do you
Maybe
usually go to bed, Zarz?
normally around midnight. One Iru tea bag requested. That does. Are you requesting to get teabagged by a Roo, or do you want to teabag a Roo? Because I don't quite get what you're trying to say.
Either way, they're inappropriate. Talk for in the morning.
For the morning. Technically, it's night, so you can get away with
Bestiality was not anticipated for this talk.
It's all right. Maybe one day your sculpting will get you to Australia for an unveiling.
Yes, I hope so. I hope to hit Australia one day.
Either is fine, Bubs. Okay. I'll get working on it for you. We'll see if we
Simon's gonna
can.
have a hell of a time. You have to really
Yeah.
pay him off for that.
We're gonna see if we can find a room that's got ready to teabag you.
Simon.
Simon will do it for free. It's content.
That's true.
Oh, in saying that, Simon his channel is actually doing really well at the moment, so it's great.
Everyone say hi to Caroline.
Hey,
Hi.
hey.
Hey. It's Zarz.
Oh, hey, Zarz. What's up?
Yeah.
How are you?
Zarz, I was up early. I thought it was Friday. So I gained a day of life. Because I kept harassing Mark and Rob for links. I'm like, where's my link? Where's my link?
Oh, it's
And you messed up?
Yeah, baby girl.
I know.
I love that top you got.
Thank you. I even told Josh, like, everyone's gonna love my top.
I'm digging it.
See my top. I don't know if you can see my top.
Yeah, I seen it before.
Okay.
The Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Well, do you want to just give me a call back after you
I
go?
sure will. I sure will. Right away.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I'll
now.
see you guys. All right.
Bob, aren't you already a member? So it doesn't matter.
Found me. He requires membership if you want the Rue experience. Okay.
Yeah, but Bubs is already a member because he likes those experiences. So he signed up early.
What are you gonna do tomorrow?
Me,
Any big
Friday,
plans?
I got work. So Friday work, Saturday, finally have some time to myself.
And what are you gonna do on Saturday?
Some stuff around the house. So
Okay.
I have, by Australian standards, I have a big property. So I got a bit to maintain.
You do?
Yeah.
Tell me how big.
So I have an acre, just over an acre.
You do. Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah. So I got to try and cut the grass and stuff because being winter here, it rains a few days and then sun and it grows like crazy.
I think if you have your own acre, I think you could choose to landscape it however you want, and you could get away without mowing.
Yes, but technically, so they don't exactly tell you what to do, but we have sort of restrictions on, like, you have to have some grass and some amount of stuff in the area.
How much grass? Can it be artificial grass?
It can be, yes, but
Ooh.
yeah, like you're only allowed to cover a certain percentage of the land, whether it be with like a shed or a house or concrete or whatever. You can
Yeah.
only cover so much, and you have to have so much not covered.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Do you have
But
a lot of dirt on your acre too, or is it? Do you have like just dirt, rocks?
It's pretty much dirt. I have like rock, like stone, like road path from the back to the front and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
But it just, when I get busy at work, I don't have a lot of time to maintain. So when I do actually maintain, it takes 10 hours instead of the 2 hours it should take. Yeah, you'd know all about that, Bubs, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's why you're planning to cancel your membership this month.
It's all an optical illusion, Bubs.
Yeah, you trim the bush back so you don't need the membership. So
Well,
but
I'm out here too. I got a lot. I have like about 2.5 acres, but I live way outside the city, you know. But I have about an acre fenced in the backyard, and it is a lot. I mean, even though it's desert, I still have to make sure everything's getting water. The trees are getting water, you know. Yeah.
do you have like your own water?
We have well water.
Yeah, so
Septic tank, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Propane tank. Yep.
Okay.
I really want a generator. And yeah, and I see snakes out here all the time. I see rattlesnakes all the time. And we have a snake we just saw the other day. It's what is it called? A bread snake, I want to say. And we looked it up and it's not poisonous. So of course we let him live in our house, you know, around our house, because he's gonna eat all the little rats and stuff and mice and stuff. So
yeah.
You always have to determine, like, if that's a rattlesnake, we're gonna have to kill it.
But so, like, I would say it'd be the same for you, like it is here. Certain things are normal to see around your property, and if you're seeing them, it's a good sign, not a bad sign.
Yes.
So, like rabbits, we have a lot of rabbits where I am. And if you're seeing the rabbits in your backyard and they're staying in your backyard, it's a good sign, because it means there's no snakes and there's no other things because they're around.
Right.
And we have, I don't know if you have them, blue tongue lizards.
No, I can't say we have blue tongue lizards.
Maybe not So maybe not in Arizona, but it might be something that's in America.
I mean, we have lizards. I have lizards all over the place, but
So it looks like I'll share the page.
I do have a really great recommendation of how to get rid of rats, though. It's been working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a blue tongue lizard.
No, we don't have those.
So it's like probably about a foot long.
Nice.
Blue tongue. They eat most things, but if they're around, then you know you don't have snakes.
That's awesome.
Because they're like mortal enemies. But this, the good thing about these is if you grab their tail and thing, they drop their tail and then they grow a new tail.
Ew.
So
gross.
But yeah,
It's like a starfish.
yeah, they're friendly. They don't bite, but they just hide under anything that's dark and cold.
Do you have rattlesnakes around you too?
No, we don't have rattlesnakes here.
Okay. I've encountered many rattlesnakes. One time I was in the pool outside with my kids swimming, and someone was like, "Branch, there's a branch in the pool," and they're like, "No, it's not, it's a snake." Right? So we all like scrambled out of the pool, right? Apparently the snake was closest to me. And we get out of the pool and it's a baby rattler.
Okay.
So what do we have to do? We have to take the rattler, shovel its head off, and then after that, you have to bury the head because it can still snap you and eat you
Okay.
and bite you. So that's
Did
the
not know
fun
that. Of rattlesnakes.
of rattlesnakes. That they don't really die. You have to bury their head like a vampire or something crazy, you know?
But realistically, how often are you seeing them?
Well, a couple times a year for sure. It depends on if I'm going hiking. And when I go hiking, I consider if I see a rattlesnake, it to be a good hike. I've bumped into. I like to go off the trail hiking so I can have more chances of seeing rattlesnakes or bumping into one. But I really enjoy them. Sometimes they're curled up like a little cookie because they're all cold, you know, and you don't see them right away. And sometimes they're just laying out on the street, you know, on the road. And
so, but if saying a couple times a year would seem like not a lot. Like you'd be worried if you were seeing them a couple of times a week.
No,
or a
not
couple of times a month.
Not that much. Although I will say I had a friend sitting in my back porch and she said she felt something on her leg at night and it was a rattlesnake crawling across her leg.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And from then on, she like lit up the whole fucking porch to go out there. Like she was so traumatized.
I can imagine if it's not something you're used to and you're expecting, it would be a surprise.
Yes.
So like I would say for us, even though I'm considered like country, I've still never seen a snake.
Really?
In my property, yeah. And I've been here for like 15 years now.
Yeah, same. Me too.
So
I see king snakes. King snakes are also good. They're like black and white. And you also don't want to kill them because they are the rattlesnake's enemy. And they will kill rattlesnakes. So if we ever see like a black and white snake, we're like, oh, throw some lice at them, you know?
Go feed them to keep them around.
Totally.
Yeah, it's interesting being on a big property.
It is. It's definitely more peaceful. I definitely feel like I can cry and wail here and no one will hear me.
Yeah. you have that peace of being able to do what you want and not have to stress about your neighbors.
I don't have to stress about my neighbors. My only neighbors that I have that I hear are next door, and all I hear from them is some not Italian, some Mexican music, and that's
Spanish music.
Spanish music, except
Okay.
but that's okay because that's okay.
That's right. You buy
They're far
that
enough
property,
away, I barely hear it.
you buy that property for that reason, to be able to do what you want when you want and not have to worry about people.
I hate people.
You hate people, but you went to Heroes Con to meet a whole bunch of people.
No, those are the people I like. But most people I'm not a fan of.
It can be like that. So, well.
How long have you been on, Zarz?
1 hour 51 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The short stream ended up being a longer stream.
Well, thanks
But
for
I got to showcase some Madam sculptures and art.
Oh, thank you. I have anything else in here.
All right, Bubs. You Americans, everything's all the same but different. Just like Mexicans and Spanish people.
Thank you. Mexican music is not Spanish music. Thank you, Bubs.
It's close enough.
It's definitely Mexican music.
Sounds the same crap.
No, it's different.
So you're talking about real Mexican music?
I'm talking about yeah.
It's just like Bub's cigars and smokes are the same thing. Cigarettes, same thing.
Yes. Just trying to see if I have anything else in here.
The original sketch.
This is a sketch for a different like Poison Ivy figure because I'll do like a variation on her, and this one's a musical one.
Okay.
Can you see the piano?
I can. The keys on the inside.
Yeah, and I have just
Music
music
notes.
stuff. Yeah, she'll have a conductor's wand in her hand.
Okay, it's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I did get something from Heroes Con. That's impressive.
You did? Did you buy an actual comic book?
I did.
Yeah.
And it was worth a pretty penny.
Okay.
So I might actually get this CG seed.
Is this big screen worthy? Cherry,
double signed.
by who?
Adam
Larry.
Hughes, Larry Wentz.
Okay.
Okay. Certificate of authenticity.
Portrait 24 Adam Hughes variant. 400 paper with logo, 100 paper virgin. Okay, that's cool.
Okay. So sending this one.
Was that a Heroes Con exclusive or just?
That was my biggest Heroes Con splurge.
Okay.
My impromptu splurge.
Everything at Hero Con seems to be like that. You're just looking and looking and you think, what am I going to buy? What am I going to buy? Buy this, buy that. And then you end up buying 30 things more than you thought you were going to buy.
I know. Yeah.
I ended up bringing back about 100 books last year from Heroes Con.
Did you really? Wow.
Yeah.
Were you getting stuff signed or what were you doing?
I brought 75 books with me to get signed, and I went home with 175.
Wow.
So I bought books. I got books signed. I got art. I got a whole bunch of stuff from Heroes last year.
You should have spent more time socializing, it sounds like.
I really should have. I, I openly admit I didn't spend as much time as I should have socializing with the YouTube guys,
Yeah.
because I spent like the whole first day I just spent it lining up trying to get signatures.
Yeah.
My big thing is like I have to travel all that way to meet most of those people. For most of the American guys, you can meet them whenever you want because they're at every second, third show. But I don't get that opportunity. So I was trying to make the most of it. But yeah, I spent a lot of time in lines.
Oh, I spent one time in line for a significant amount of time, and that was Chris Claremont's line. And
Yeah.
Lady Fantastic had a book she wanted signed by Chris Claremont, who is her hero, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And that day I had planned on being Emma Frost for my cosplay, right?
Yeah.
So I Emma Frosted up, and Caroline looks at me and she's like, "You're waiting in line with me," right? So we're waiting in line for about 2 hours, an hour, or whatever. And we're sitting there waiting with everybody, you know. And a guy walks by and he's like, "Hello, Miss Frost," right?
Yeah.
And Caroline looks at me and she said, "That was Chris Claremont."
He,
Right? Like totally like just astonished. Like he spoke to me, whatever. We finally get up to the line, right? And they're about to cut off the line too. So we were like the last like 5 people who were gonna get signatures. And the guys in front of us have like 20 comics they're asking him to sign, you know, like this one. Hey man, can we get a knuckle bump with you or like a picture? And he's like, "No, I'm getting over COVID." Right?
Yeah.
Caroline's next. Caroline comes up, gives him her thing to sign, and she's like, "You're my hero. You're the reason I became like a molecular biologist. You know, like I'm just like, you know, I had to know about mutants and stuff, and you helped me through so much." And he was like, "That's awesome," you know. And he listened to her and everything. It was a great connection. And then I came up. And I just bought something for him to sign just so I could be in line, you know. I just bought that one of the death of somebody, whatever.
Yeah.
And he signed it. And he looks at me and goes, "You want to have a picture?"
So I will have to say Chris Claremont is a great gentleman,
Yes.
but it's a good thing and a bad thing for him. So like it's great that he loves his fans and he wants to communicate with everyone, but then he gets so wrapped up in it sometimes that he'll sit there for 20-30 minutes talking to the one person while the other people are in line. Like it took me 3.5 hours to get through his line
Holy shit.
because he just kept talking and talking. And like I know everyone wants that experience,
Yeah.
and especially if you haven't met him, like to
Yeah.
have a conversation, but you also got to put a limit on how long you
I mean,
you talk.
you have to be cognizant of the people behind you.
Yeah,
right?
but some people aren't like that. Like you said, the guy came up with 20 books.
Yeah.
I had one guy come up with about 100 books, pulling them behind him in the trolley and wanting all of them signed and stuff. It's just people are people.
Yeah. Yeah. It was cool. And then I got a picture of Chris Claremont, and then he put that picture on his Instagram or whatever. So
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
yeah, that was cool.
Don't worry, Bubs. It was the highlight of my show too.
Oh.
There was a few people on my list that I wanted to meet Ada coming there, and Bubs was one of the top ones.
Oh.
So
I'm not familiar with Bub's comics.
Bubs, I'm sure you'd know him. Big, you know who it is. It's just,
Okay,
he's
all you
always,
said was big, and then you expect
um,
me to know who the hell you're talking about. I love it.
He plays guitar. When he streams, he's normally got like the screen, his background, and it moves. And he's got, so if he's streaming like this on this side, he's got all the books on his wall.
Uh-huh.
He's on Outback a fair bit, and he jumps on Legion and stuff
He jumps
every
on
so
Legion.
often.
I should see him then all the time.
I
Bubs,
wouldn't say
I can't
all the
picture
time.
you.
He's on there a bit.
Just can't picture him for some reason.
You'll know him if you see him. It's hard to describe. Like I was
Hard to
about
describe, but big.
I was going to describe him as in if you've had seen him in real life. Like I would say he's like 6'2".
Oh,
He's
okay.
a tall, big, solid guy. But yeah, if you haven't seen him in real life, it eliminates it because you just see a head in the screen.
Bubs, why don't you drop your link in the chat, and then I can make sure I'm subbed up to you, because I don't know if I am. Madam, I met you this year. Here, it's been her condition. I can forget. Bubs, I'm sorry. That's what happens to me. My working memory is very poor. And so I will meet a lot of people and I will forget it. And I'm so sorry. It's nothing against you. I swear to God, like.
Bubs, was your lovely wife there with you? Because they're both like giants.
Giants.
Well, I'm short. I'm 5'4". So
Are you
they were
really?
both, yeah.
You look short
They-
on the screen.
Thank you.
You need to get a booster seat.
Then you can't see the background if I take off all of the space.
I'm only
Right.
5'2".
Okay. And then you're bagging me about being short.
I know. Bob, throw your link in there though, because I'm not sure I have you subbed up.
So, but yeah, and Bubs does other content as well. He does some cigar stuff and vintage books. That's good.
Yeah.
I can understand you not remembering Bubs, but you should remember his wife.
Okay, well,
She's very, very. She has to be a great woman to be married to Bubs.
Bubs needs a wrench to throw his link in.
And I have no clue how to do that.
Oh, shut. Just tell me the name of it. I'll just go on YouTube right now.
I don't even know if I can give. Can I give people wrenches?
Yes, you can. I think you have to go back to a previous broadcast and go wrench them. I'm not sure though, but I think that's what it boils down to.
I have no clue. I'm not great with tech.
Neither am I.
Bubs, can shoot it to me on Instagram, and then I'll put it in the chat.
There you go. No, I want to know. I hate the fact that I'm missing like there's so many people who have shows that I'm unaware of sometimes I'm not subbed up to, and then I wish I knew about them so I could go check them out, so
I'm going on YouTube. Let's see if I can find him.
yay.
Bubs Comics. Let's find his link, report, save, share.
Would you like me to say why you look up stuff?
sing, you can sing too. So you're not just an artist.
I can't sing, but now I wish I
This,
could.
this should take you to one of his
Okay.
videos.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna take that. Go to Zarz. There's Bubs.
Do you remember?
Hey Bubs, what's going on? I can now picture your face. And I'm gonna subscribe to you now. So there you
See,
go.
Bubs, I get you subscribers.
I was not subbed. Anyway, I wasn't subbed. When do you usually go on, Bubs? Does he have a regular show?
Not so much. I'd say like a dead set regular show, but he tries to drop a few things every week or so. I haven't had much time with YouTube lately, so I'm lucky I get enough time to do my own show, let alone watch anyone else's.
Right. Well, if you had to watch everyone else's, you would never leave the house. So.
That's right. I spent a while where I used to watch a lot of the main people's stuff.
Yeah.
And then I would never watch anything else. I'd always be watching YouTube.
Yeah.
So I slowed down. Right. So at least you got a new person to watch while you're sculpting, or in the crazy hours of the morning when you're awake and you should be asleep.
I know I should be sculpting or getting on YouTube.
You got to start your own channel and start posting.
You know, I would do that, but I had quite a few difficult years in the past because since 2003 something happened terrible, and then I got a divorce, and because of that, riding over 2 years practically, I had to like watch my content kind of because I don't want it to be used against me. Okay. And so that's why I don't really have much content, or if I do put it on, I just erase it right away because I'm just worried about that. But I have a restraining order and it lasts another year, but it's been like non-existent because he's still been like harassing me. So.
Okay. So
enough of that.
Typical restraining order crap. They pretend to give you something that they do nothing about.
Well, no, it's that you can still accurately harass someone through the courts.
So yeah. So he's being smart about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm dealing with that. That's coming to a head though, hopefully soon, and then I can be super happy and make my own content. And I would really love to have like an interview show, like Madam Walters. You know, Madam Walters presents Zarz one-on-one. You know,
I'm sure everyone would be happy to jump on having a chat with you. We have another person in the background.
No way!
Hey, we made it. Good to see you again, madam.
Yes, I see your face. It looks a little familiar.
I promised Caroline I wouldn't tell any of the stories about the times that we met at Heroes Con this year, so I haven't mentioned you much, but there were some good ones. There were a couple of good ones.
Bubs, you're gonna have to fill me in the backstage.
I'll tell you backstage. I'll tell her backstage, but I don't.
You can tell one here. You can tell one here. It's okay.
So
don't embarrass me too much.
So, well, no, that's okay.
There's none that aren't embarrassing. Is that what you're saying?
I met her for the first time at the bar, so things that happen at the bar are better left at the bar or in backstages, I think. Yeah, good stuff.
Was this on Friday?
Yeah, I saw you there Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, Bubs was only there for the one day this year, weren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
There were
Louie.
people there on Friday. Just so you know, what a freaky Louie! Freaky Louie! I met Freaky Louie.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my stories involves you and Freaky Louie.
All right,
That was
let's
good
go.
stuff.
Just tell it.
No, it's not. It's all fun.
No one is watching this. Number one. Let me see how many people.
That's right.
Oh, thanks a lot. Way to go, Zarz.
I'm not a Simple Simon channel. I might get 20 or 30 views and no one of importance. It's just all you lovely people, Madam and Bubs and all the people that are worth speaking to.
We have one person watching right now, so I give you the go ahead, Bubs.
All right. So the first time I met Madam, which we've met on streams before, and every time we're on a stream together, it's always the same. She's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm me," which is fine because we don't really intersect that often. We've probably been on a stream together 3 times, maybe total in I don't know 3 years or so. So it's all good.
Okay.
Or however long you've been around in this iteration, right?
About 3 years.
So when so we met at the con, and I don't know, Madam had a busy day. Clearly, she had already been enjoying the day. So by the time I met her, I was signing Caroline's book, and as you mentioned, my wife was with me, so she's just like a couple of feet away, and Caroline's like, "You got to sign my book. You got to sign my book." I'm like, "There's nowhere to sign your book," because the tables were just full of drinks and everything. I was like, "Lady, I'll get it later." She was like, "No, sign it now because I don't want you to miss it." I said, "Okay, fine." So I'm looking for a place, and then Madam turns around. She's like, "You can sign here." And she turns around and puts her backside to me for me to sign on her back. And I'm thinking, this is not going to go over well. Like, my wife is like 2 feet away. I can't be signing books on women's backs. Like, that's just not the time. Like, not now, not now. This is not going to happen. So I was like, "Thank you, but no." I'm going to go ahead and sign on this table over here. So I'm moving things over and sign at the table. And I actually felt bad. I was like, well, I don't want her to feel like I wouldn't sign her on her back. Nothing. I don't think she has cooties or anything, but just not the right time,
I must not be good enough for Bubs, I guess.
So, there we go. There's one of them. That's pretty. That's a good one.
So it sounds like I missed a fair amount this year.
There was,
I don't know what happened on Friday, but all I know is that, like, I will tell you, I did a comic book cover because sometimes I do comic book covers of people, or I sketch people, and I did a sketch of somebody, and I was going to send it to them, and they said, "No, please don't send that to me. My girlfriend's a little bit jealous." So,
of your artistic ability.
I think she met me. I think I might have met her at Heroes and not remembered her. I don't know. So now I have a beautiful portrait of somebody that I get to keep.
Well, Zarz, you remember how it was when you went the year prior, and it was about the same this year. So there's only like maybe 4, like, and I don't want to use. I wanted to say legitimate members of the comic community. That's rude, but 4 like standalone female members of the comic community. You know what I mean? Like Lady Fantastic, like Madam. There's ones that hop on their husbands' channels. I've had my wife on my channel a couple of times. That there's stuff like that, and there's people that you expect to see at conventions because they travel together, like me and my wife. But there's only a few. There's a handful of women that actually participate in the hobby and the community on their own, and so
that's right.
Yeah. And they're very friendly with everybody. But then, you know, you got the wives coming along and the girlfriends coming along, and they're like, so, you know, I know you're into this geek shit and you're hanging out on Friday nights with your friends in the Outback. So, you know, are you doing it just to talk to this lady, or what's the story? You know, so, and the only thing that would negate that would be if Madam showed up and was very prim, proper, and reserved.
Yes.
That's not the Madam you get on Friday night at the bar. So at that point, you know, it's just not, and no one's asking for her to be that, except for potentially a girlfriend or a wife out there, right? So
That's right.
Yeah.
How was I behaving?
You were not behaving.
Okay.
You're behaving fine. It was fine, like I said. It's fine to the other 90, to all the people that are the comic people that already know you, whatever. It was fine. But to a girlfriend meeting you for the first time and you're handing over a sketch of her boyfriend, I could see that. I could see that being a little much for somebody.
And was she cosplaying still, or was she in normal attire? No, normal
I think it was
attire.
a mix. I think it was a mix. Like she had some of it off and some of it still on.
It was normal attire.
Oh, well, like I said, I don't remember what she was wearing, to be honest with you.
That's what you tell your wife. Now.
No, I really don't remember. At one point, you were sitting next to me. We were, you know, Caroline and Phil got a table they were eating at because the food was ask David how it went, but it was rough. So, so yeah, there was no food. It was a bit of a debacle. So he went. So Phil and Caroline got a table, Phil's treehouse, and Lady Fantastic got a table offside so that they could just eat. They're like, well, we're just going to get a table and eat. So they did. Well, when they were done, those tables, there was also another table next to us. I think maybe I don't know who was sitting there. I think it was Nick's, and maybe it was Christina. I don't know. At some point they were sitting there. I know that. So then Christina's sitting there still, and I found that table. So I came and sat over with Caroline so I could talk to her because we didn't get much time to talk, and we've been cohorts for quite a while. So that was nice. So we came over, and I brought Big Lion Cat and my wife because they kept each other company for much of the night while I was floating around like a social butterfly. Nice. And so I'm sitting there. So then Lady comes in, or actually Louis comes in, and he's sitting like beside me, right? So it's me, Louis, and then Christina. And the two of them, well, then Madam comes barreling in, and I mean barreling in. And she comes, and there's like a spot between the tables where she could wedge. And so she wedged, and she went right through and split me and Louis and kind of like used her butt to scoop both of us out of the way to make a room for herself. And then she sat there with Louis, like petting him on his head, and the three of them, you know, Christina and Louis and Madam are like having a photo op. And I'm like, I'll just scoot a little bit more myself. And I didn't want to be in that picture. They were having a good time. But it was great. Everybody had such a ball, such a fun time. It was so fun to see everybody and get to know everybody like personally, you know. It was great. So Madam was having a good time.
It was great. It was great. I'm so happy I went, and I'm so happy I got to meet you guys and give you guys like hugs in person and meet you, and then completely forget about you, Bubs, and then, you know, completely remember
better that way.
Okay. So
he says, I can confirm. Did you see that?
so in other words, it's show up to Heroes Con, don't let Madam drink, and don't let the fake Aussie plan the dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an expat.
Yeah.
That was hilarious though. Oh man, it was bad. So I don't know if you heard the story or the short version of the story.
I haven't.
But basically,
I've heard bits and pieces, but I haven't heard all of it. But I know the amount of effort he put in trying to organize that stuff. So tell me,
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I give him a pass because I like him. But when it came down to it, he scheduled it for the wrong day.
He scheduled.
Yeah.
I
He
did
did?
not know
So
that.
now
Okay.
it wasn't his fault, right? But in the end, what happened was that he had emails back and forth saying what day it was supposed to be. They had emails back and forth agreeing to what day it was supposed to be. But when they actually sent him the contract, they put the next week on it, the following week.
Okay.
So when 40 of us showed up for our special dinner, they didn't know we were coming.
No wonder there wasn't any food.
Yeah, they were expecting us the next week. So that's what happened. So
they-
and then when pressed for the emails, no one could find these emails. So there was literally not a single shred of documentation that said that it was supposed to be that night. But they were nice and accommodating, and they got us enough space, and they still served us our drinks. And then they didn't have any food, so they whipped up some spaghetti and some cheese sticks, and they put those out, and that ran out in about 3 seconds.
Yeah, there's a run on those.
And they never really brought any back. So of course you got Boggs over there too, just gnawing on cheese sticks, hanging out at the cheese stick bowl. I'm like, Boggs, move along, will you? He's like, these cheese sticks are good. You want one? I'm like, yeah, everybody wants one. Look behind you. There's a line of like 20 people looking for a fucking cheese stick. And he's like, these are good, and he's just stacking them up on a plate. I'm like, Jesus, Boggs. But it is what it is.
Stacking cheese sticks on a plate. That's hilarious.
He had one in his mouth, two in his plate. I'm like, dude, everyone's fucking starving. We've been drinking for 45 minutes before any of the food ever showed up.
Yeah.
We're all fucking ripped to bomb. Did you see ladies? Fucking everybody's ripped up. It was rough. It was a good time though.
Definitely drank my money's worth. Me too, Freaky. I had
Yeah.
such a good time on that Friday though, meeting everybody back in that room. That was really special. And I was worried when I imagined it in my mind. I imagined it being like a really big room with like a lot of people in there and it being really overwhelming, but it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? It was more like coming
intimate.
home with your friends, like, hey.
It was the same for me last year, but the lucky thing last year was the Thursday night we decided Dave got there early, so we decided to go for a drink, and we went to one of the hotels, and about a dozen artists were there. So like Chris Claremont was there, Jim Shooter, Scotty Young were all there, and then we met Rob and Nick and DJ and Mark. So in that first night, you get to meet a few people and you settle in, you're talking not in such a big scale. And then Saturday became a bit easier than the Friday. So I found it more difficult for the people that I hadn't really communicated with. So like to go up to Bubs was easy because we've been on streams before and that. But like Mark and Rob, I had only been on like streams with them once or twice before, not as often. So, and there was a whole bunch of people that I didn't really know, or like I knew their content, but when I used to watch YouTube, it was more listening than actually watching. Like I'd have it playing and I'd know the voice, but I wouldn't have a clue what the person looks like.
Right.
And Marcus was like that for me. I had knew who he was, but if he didn't introduce himself, I wouldn't have had any clue who he was.
Yeah.
And
I had a lot of people I felt like on Friday and other places too that would come up to me and say like, hey, and I would have no idea who the hell they were. And not in a bad way, but just like kind of like, I'm so sorry. God damn it. I really wish I remembered who the hell this is right now, But it's such a big community and there's so many of us just flashing around all the streams,
I met so many people that I didn't know. And a lot of them were like, hey, bub. I'm like, hey, you. I know of you, maybe. And nobody's wearing name tags or anything. And then these three fuckers, I gotta tell you, there was it was Pops, right? Pops Addict.
Yep.
I think one of his name's John or something. There was 3 older guys who I've met before each, but I couldn't tell them apart. And these fucking guys literally wore the same shirt to the party on purpose. They coordinated their outfits. So they were circling around. I'm like, I don't know which one's which. I'm not going to talk to any of them because I don't want to get it wrong. I couldn't tell them apart. They looked exactly the fuck same. Gray hair, gray beard, and the exact same fucking shirt. And they were all exactly the same height. I mean, they looked like triplets. I couldn't tell them apart. Like I'm not, after a couple of drinks, that's too much work for me. Like,
okay, name tags next year. Next year, name tags.
Mm-hmm.
The Friday night get together, name tags.
Next year, everyone has a lanyard with their stats. So their YouTube channel, their YouTube.
My agility is 10.
Yeah, that's right. I think that's a good idea.
We'll get Dave to make them up, and they might show up a month before the convention.
Yeah, I don't think Dave's going to sign up for this shit again. But you know, but Dave is a lot like me. He's like, fuck them if they can't take a joke. Like if you went there and with all the mishaps or the timing and no food and all that shit, if you still didn't find a way to have a good time, you didn't show up to have a good time.
Oh,
like
I know.
you know,
Even though there was no food.
Yeah. We might have had a better time because there was no food.
I think I
did. You're drinking more. You're enjoying yourself. So.
Yeah, some food probably would have helped me.
That's right. We'll see who's gonna take on the mantle for next year.
Not me. I had a good time. I was messing with Dave all night. We just teasing him about how fucked up it was.
I would have said to him, "Is that how you do it in jolly old England? Invite people, make them pay for food, and then don't serve them anything."
And there were people complaining, as there always are, right? There were still some people that complained. And they were fussing and complaining, and he didn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, whatever. He's like, this fucking guy's whinging over here. I don't care. He didn't care at all. Whatever.
This happened.
He's like, I don't even know who that is. He's like, I don't even know who that is. I'm like, well, they paid you $50. He's like, I don't know who that
is. He couldn't find the list of who paid and who didn't either.
No, and
they had a little portrait next to each name.
Yeah, he had nothing. He had nothing to say who paid and who didn't pay. And so the place was fussing because this is how stupid the bar was. So the bar was lovely otherwise, but they put out, he had paid roughly for 40 or 50 people, right? I forget, it was 45 or something like that. They put out the exact number of plates. So when the plates were gone, they said, that's it. That's all you paid for. So he's like, what do you mean? Like, obviously, people like Vogs, he was stacking up cheese sticks and then go and get another plate, Yeah, so it's like, you can't, and they were like, well, people should be reusing their plates when they go up to get food. Now, who does that? Like, I always thought that was a no, like, you were not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get a fresh plate, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they tried to use that as to get more money out of Dave, which they did get some more money out of Dave. He had to come out of pocket for some of it because they were like, you have more people, and they did like a rough head count. It was like 60 people there. So it is what it is.
Like, how much? I feel bad.
And then there were a couple of people that didn't really engage in the party. They like got their own tables and sat off to the side. And he was like, I can't believe these. Dave was like, I can't believe these people out here getting their own. Like, how dare they? They should come up with a group. And I set this whole thing up, and they're sitting over there. I said, Dave, they didn't buy tickets. He's like, oh, really? Like, he had no fucking clue. He had no clue who was there, who wasn't there. It was all just,
You should have been at the door with the list,
Yeah, I think so.
I think Rob tried that last year with the closed off space, and it still ended up being way more people than, because people say they're not coming, and then they're there at the show and they say, oh, fuck it, I'm coming. And then they sneak in, because I guarantee you there was way, way more people than that said yes at last year's thing. Yeah.
Now, 2 years ago, which Not this. So that was the one before you came, Zarz, right?
Yeah.
So not the past one, not the one before that, but the one before that. He had set up one. That was the first time that he set one up. And I signed up that day, but I paid him while I was at the con. I was like, hey, I didn't know about this because I had taken like a hiatus from YouTube. I hadn't been on YouTube in like 10 months when I went to that con. So no one fucking knew me. And the whole new crop of kids showed up and none of them knew me. So so I signed up at that moment, and that was a very controlled one because it was like, there was like a bottleneck to get into the area. So you really knew who was there and who wasn't there, but it was also half the amount of people that he had the next year or this past year. So it was much more manageable. So I could see why he signed up to do it again and improved upon it too. Cause the first one was the food was really good, but the area was a little rough. And the next one, the food was not good, but the drinks were good and the area was good.
The location was great.
Yeah, location was great. And then this time the location was amazing. I mean, it was right across the street.
Right across the street.
Yeah, had he booked it for the correct day, I think this would have been a home run. But fucking day.
And he booked it for the correct day. He had the list and the name tags. Everything was
list and name tags. But I don't want to add too many suggestions unless someone tell me I should organize it because I'm not going to do that. I know better. I fucking know better.
Bobs will just create a virtual suggestion box for Dave. Maybe next year you should have some name tags. Have a guest list.
Have food. Book the right day.
Yeah. Find out for the right day.
Bring your own food.
Yeah, that's right.
We're doing a BYO.
And we'll make sure everyone gets a picture with Madam so that she knows she met you. Like everyone just line up. Yeah.
Make sure there's cheat sticks for vlogs.
That's right. And plenty of tables to sign books on.
I feel like I should be sending Boggs some cheese sticks now.
I'm sure he's got some. He's one of those kids who walks around like stacked up chicken tender,
He could have just went home and had some dinner.
He's hilarious. Oh, Boggs, I was sitting with Austin LeMay, and me and him got some good time to spend together because we had met for the first time last year, so we didn't get a lot of time to get to know each other. But then over the last year, we've been on streams together, and I sold him a few books, and we've hung out. So at this time, it was really cool, and he was very anxious while he was at the convention because there was a lot going on, and the C3 booth was hopping, and it was busy. But then when we got there on Friday night, he was like, "Hey!" And so we had some time to talk and hang out. And then so he was sitting roughly where Voggs was sitting. I say that because Voggs was bouncing between like 3 or 4 seats in a row, and he had his backpack and he was just like winging it, knocking people over all over the place. So he goes over there, and like at Austin's like, every 2 seconds, he was sitting here, then he was sitting there, and he was talking across him, and Voggs, if Voggs got something to say, he don't give a shit if someone else is already saying something. Like it's he's just firing it off. And so Austin would be talking to me, and Voggs come over, Bub. I'm like, yeah, what? He's like, so did you get any books today? And Austin is like, man, that Voggs. I'm like, what? Say it. Go ahead and say it. He's like, he's animated. I said, oh, that's a great way to put it.
But, yeah.
Voggs is animated. Much kinder way to put it than I would. I was like, "It's a beautiful man. What great way to put it. He's animated."
He's animated, and he's got a high battery content, I think.
Yeah. He didn't get tired at all. He just kept going. He's like a little Energizer bunny.
Yep.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, Bubs, I didn't meet him, but I seen him last year, and he just seemed like that, like out of place kid trying to go between everyone, and I didn't know who he was. And then I started seeing him on the streams, and you just see him doing the same thing in the streams. It's like it's like he's the little kid that wants everyone's attention but doesn't know who to go to first.
Yeah.
I
And the
love
way he,
Fox.
oh,
Awesome.
he's awesome. And he was walking around with his backpack and his hat on. He looked like a kid that gets dropped off at the comic shop for like an hour or two so that his parents could get some peace. And they just drop the kid off. You know, that's kind of how he was. He was like, well, I'm going to be here for a few hours, so I'll just keep walking around. You know, it was great. We really had a good time.
Awesome. Every time
Mhm.
I saw Boggs at the convention, I would see him for approximately 10 seconds at a time. And then it would be like, okay, hey, how you guys doing? What you guys doing? Oh, that's okay. You know, and then he'd be gone. And then like the
Yeah.
I think that's what you want. 10-second bursts of Vogs is ideal.
That's a lot. That's already a lot. And he had like a bag of books, right? So he showed up and he had like I say a shopping bag, but you know, like a thin plastic bag, right? Of books. He had, I think it was double bagged, and he's packing them around hard. And he had a whole backpack full of who knows what. I don't know if it was a sleeping bag or what the hell was in there, but he's walking around and he's carrying his books. And every time he would stop for a minute, he would take the books out to show everybody. So, and he showed me his haul from that day like 7 times that night, and would interrupt somebody talking to me to show me his haul, right? And by the end of the night, that bag was tattered, torn. It was split along the side. The books were falling out everywhere because he was so excited, you know, to show them off. And my wife really enjoys him. She likes that, you know, she thought he was fun and cute and all that. So she really enjoyed every time he came around. She's like looking at me like, he's back. I'm like, I know. Here comes Bog. So it's good stuff.
It was the best. That's the thing. When he was coming around, he kept saying, "Yeah, boy," and I loved it. I'm like, bro, you're a young me. That's what it was.
That's
Wow.
the thing I don't think we get. He is the young, like he's the young, energetic version of
Yeah,
us
boy.
from a long time ago.
That's
30.
what I love
He's
it
30
so
though.
much, man.
Yeah, but he's still
Yeah, I know.
younger than we
He's young
are.
at heart. Yeah.
Yeah,
Young at heart.
like,
Hey, Louie's got a hell of a battery too. That guy never quit, man. He was running
Yeah, boy.
full steam, man. I was impressed because I was already
Thank
tired.
you.
After a couple of hours sitting there drinking and hanging out, I was already pretty mellow, you know. And Louie's just still running around with a big smile on his face.
Yes,
good
dude.
stuff.
Like alcohol and friends just gets me pumped up. I'm like, oh.
Louis is the Energizer Bunny in disguise.
Yeah, boy.
He shaved his coat, went the full skin, and just
Louis, I apologize if I was ever inappropriate with you during Friday night or in our hotel room.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that because anytime Louis looked around and you weren't next to him, he went to go find you. So I don't think he had any problem with the attention. It's good stuff.
You know, madam, I'm sorry you made that portrait of somebody, which I'm sure once that relationship, which will last forever, he won't call you. He won't call you and be like, "Can I have that portrait now?" I was like, "It's going to cost you now, pal. It's going to cost you now."
Yeah, that's a good
But you know
point.
what? It is your fault. It is your fault because you made the mistake of being pretty and nice. That's your bad.
Friendly.
yeah.
You can't be that, unfortunately, because the haters are going to hate.
How are you doing, Ricky? What are you doing
Awesome,
today?
lady. I didn't want to put a shirt on, so I'm like, you know what? I know the perfect little face. That's my Rob face, by the way. That's Rob's fit stacks. Rob's fit stacks are perfect.
Yeah, in front of the Great Wall.
Yeah, boy. But I swear, Vogsy, I told him, Vogsy, you're a young me. Every time he came around saying, "Yeah, boy," I'm like, that's what I do. It's like when
That's
you see your
awesome.
patterns in front of you, like, oh, that's what I am to the world. Like, I love it.
I am that burst of energy.
Yeah, I met Vogsy last year, and he's like, "You don't know me, but I love you." I'm like, "I love you too, buddy." And that was last year when I met him. And then this year was even better. Like, I actually hung out with him. We walked around the con. I'm like, this is great, dude. Like, come on.
So I met him last year, but he didn't say a word to me because I don't think he knew who I was, and I had no clue who he was. So
No, if not, because you're kind of the night crew. Like for you guys, this is night and this is our morning. So no morning people really see you guys at night, which to me, I'm up at 4:30, so I see y'all all the time. So it's funny, the Australian timeline, which I think what might have messed up the food thing too. Maybe the emails were right, but the day was like, he's in the future. You guys are in the future. We're cavemen to
Dude,
you.
I don't know what fucking time zone fucking Dave's living in. Where it's a week in the future.
Yes, bro. It could be a nuclear
But
bomb. And we don't know about it.
either way, they would have said, "Oh, you're 12 hours late, or you're 12
Yes,
hours
dude.
early."
Yeah,
Not,
not a
you're a week.
Yes, there can be a meteor coming. We're asleep like suckers over here. It's like, don't tell the other side of the world yet. Let
was
us give us a
hilarious.
chance to escape first. Oh my goodness.
At one
But I love
point-
it, dude.
At one point, because me and Dave hung out quite a bit for the majority of the night, really. And so he's like, "Oh, we're doing the group picture. We're doing the group picture." I'm like, "Okay." So we go over there. Me and him, we stand in the back because he's fairly tall as well. So we're all the way in the back of the group picture, dead center, right? So everyone's lining up, and I'm like, "Oh, this is great." So I said, "Hey, Dave, who's taking the picture?" He said, "I don't know." I said, we're all just lining up, and nobody was taking the fucking picture. We just all lined up for it. I think Christina ended up taking one or two, but obviously she needed to be in it. So I think someone's wife, maybe Paul. Did Paul bring his wife or his girlfriend or whatever? I think somebody took the picture. Somebody's wife or girlfriend took the pictures. So, but it was great. It was fucking hilarious. He had no clue what was going on. Dave was just like, "I'm just here for the party." I'm like, "You're supposed to be organizing this party." He's like, I don't care.
He should have a name tag that says, "I'm responsible for all of this."
He would have ripped that sucker off after 5 seconds. Man.
They would have
People were animated. They were all animated over that no food business. It was great. I had a good time anyway. Hey, that's a good one. Is that the one that you weren't allowed to give?
No, this is not that one. Rob graciously accepted his portrait.
Oh, I love it.
That's a good one.
That's so Rob's face,
That's really
dude.
good.
That's the one
Yeah,
from his
that's amazing.
profile.
Mustache there, so I figured.
I love
Oh my
it.
God.
That's his serious face.
That's how he would want to look too. Like if you did one of him smiling, he wouldn't like it. Like that's the way he wants to look. Very stoic.
Yes.
Mona Lisa.
Yes.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And then I wanted to show you one thing I picked up from Heroes. This was from Jamie Little, I want to say. Jamie Tyndall.
Oh yeah, Tyndall.
Right? And I saw this, it was the last day, and I happened to be cosplaying Poison Ivy, right?
Nice.
And I was like, "How much is this?" He's like, "It's 20. I'm like, "What's the military discount?" He's like, "It's 20. Whatever.
Dang,
and then
dude.
I'm like, I saw these metal ones, and I really wanted a metal one, but they were 30. And I was like, well, I guess give me the 21, And I'm like, could you put some cardboard on back of it or something so it won't bend? Because I gotta walk around with it. So he bends out under the table. And he puts in plastic for me, and he gives it to me, and he says, "Here you go." And he says, "I put something on the back for you too."
Oh, that's awesome.
Baby.
So he
I
gave me a
do
metal
love
one.
That's awesome.
That's metal, baby.
Yeah, that
And then
metal
I
is
was
killer.
out of the day before, he said too.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That was really cool.
Jamie's a good bloke. I spoke with him for a fair bit last year's show. Yeah. So.
Hi, Ben Compton.
What's up, Benny C? Well, my cigar's
man.
finished.
It's been a
My
long time,
coffee's
but
empty. My coffee's empty, so I got to get back to work. But I'll be in the background watching. Hey, madam, good to meet you again for the first time. And it's always a pleasure to meet you. Every time I meet you for the first time, it's like the first time.
yeah, baby, it feels like the first time.
Next year at Heroes Con, we'll both get to meet her again for the first
I'll be
time.
like,
Yes.
"Wow,
I know.
this is so nice to
Super
meet you."
excited.
Yes.
Are
That's
you,
our annual meeting.
Zarz, are you coming to any more cons this year?
No, not this
In the
year,
States?
but the aim. So the World Cup starts the week after Heroes. So the aim is to do Heroes and then stay for the World Cup.
Nice, bro. Nice.
All right. Well, I'll see you next year, if not sooner.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah, Bubsy. See you,
Good to see
buddy.
y'all. Later.
Thanks for jumping on.
I love it. He was
Love it.
fun seeing this year too. His wifey's so nice to us.
Yeah, like I said to Madam, she would have to He'd have to be a nice guy to be married to him.
I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Yeah, Heroes is our yearly meeting, annual meeting if you can make it. But it's forever. It's forever, people. Eternal. I love Heroes.
I love Heroes too. That was
Right? Oh my gosh, I'm definitely doing 2 days next year. Definitely.
2 days.
You gotta do all three, Bluey.
No, that might be too pushy. Then I would never leave you guys. Like, we're gonna live here, right? This is our lives now, right? It's like
This is our new
too much.
commune.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see out your pockets.
See, it's already working.
Don't do a show every week and just miss some and do 3 days at Heroes.
Yeah, right. Well, I've been to like 5 cons this year. I'm going to one tomorrow.
Are
Yeah.
you?
It never ends. So it's in Orlando, and it's actually for my daughter's birthday tomorrow.
It's
She
a
gets to go to
terrific
a
How
con
old
on her
is she gonna be?
birthday. Yes, 14, dude.
14.
thing.
Yeah, she still wants to hang out with her old man.
And you're going all the way to Orlando and you're not taking it to Disneyland.
No, we're anti-Disney. She grew up with that. We grew up here, so she's done it all when it was
Oh,
actually cool.
All
but
right.
it's
All
so
right.
random.
Then you get a pass.
Yes, right. No, we grew up with it when it was awesome. We had when Frozen and everything was like at its peak, we were there.
Yeah.
Like, this was like perfect timing. She had a Frozen birthday. She had a Star Wars birthday. Like, I was so proud as a dad. She asked for a Star Wars birthday. I'm like, yes.
I feel like I've done my job.
Yes. So we're going to Anime Con tomorrow. It's called Animate Con. And it's mostly voice actors for a lot of their anime and manga stuff. But
Okay.
I'm gonna meet the guy who voiced Meatwad from the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And Uncle Ruckus from the Boondock Show. Yes, they're both going to be there. So that's my thing. I'll take those 2 pictures.
So are you
And then
gonna
she
be
wants
like his
autographs.
biggest fan? Do you think when you get there?
I am, because I'm going to dress up like Meatwad, baby. I'm cosplaying as Meatwad. Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, and my daughter's got this awesome cosplay she's been building all summer, dude. Like, we've been doing this for
what
2
is her
months.
cosplay?
I have no idea. This is like the 7th time. I don't know what manga is. I don't know the things. I just pay for them. But I know she has red contacts. Is that wild? Yeah, it's gonna be legit. Like, she's
I
really.
wish I
gonna kill it.
had red contacts and some purple contacts.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. It was actually super easy to get online. It came pretty quickly, and she's actually taking care of them pretty good.
I was gonna
I
say
know.
we
They're pretty cheap now. You can get like any color you want, like online now.
Yeah.
at our shows they come and sell them. You can buy all the stuff at the show, all different
Yeah.
colors
Well,
and
heck yeah.
snake eyes.
That's
And
Oh,
all
dude, that's the
that.
best part of the shows too. It's stuff that finds you. It's like all the Amazon Sheen stuff is like, it's here. Just walk around and somebody made it. And that's my daughter's favorite thing. She loves supporting small business with cons. Like, I love finding the little ones and just supporting them. I'm like, that's my girl. That's how we support small businesses right there. And she's been doing it since forever. And to have
So
a
you-
birthday con is like the best. The best.
You're doing your job right, Louis.
That's what I'm trying, buddy. Thank you. I'm the lucky one here. She's the one that I get to spoil right now. And 14 is gonna be wild, but she's awesome. Awesome kiddo. Oh, and her best friend, he's coming to the con with us, and he's gonna dress up as Cruella DeVille, bitches.
Wow.
Yes, I can't wait. Like, my boy.
Dude, can we
So
have
proud
some
of
like
him.
like a bunch of Dalmatians like tied behind him, like as he goes, like that
That's
just,
what
like,
I'm not sure what they're doing, but they're both planning. They're so creative, so I can't imagine what they're planning. But it's gonna be so fun, dude. Like, this is such a great, cool thing. I'm so glad they let me be part of it. Like, I had to get the Meatwater costume approved, and it was approved. So luckily, I'm cool. I was like, oh, the guy who's paying for everything can dress as he wants, nice. Because I wanted to do tuxedo mask.
Just because you're paying for everything doesn't mean you
Yeah.
have any say.
No, yeah.
you
Apparently, it's
understand?
her birthday. I'm a scene stealer, I guess. Like, sorry, I'm so
That's
awesome.
right.
now I think once a scene stealer, always a scene stealer, Louis.
Yeah, right. I can't. I'm sorry. It comes natural. Because I
Yeah,
wanted to do
Matt
tuxedo.
knows all about that.
yeah.
I was
You're
gonna get-
you're a natural
yeah.
ham. It doesn't go away.
I was gonna do tuxedo mask because I was trying to do that cosplay, but the Sailor Mars canceled for Tampa Bay Comic Con. So I was gonna wear it for this one, but she's like, "No, you can't wear that because you're gonna look like a predator." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, You got a man dressed up in a boy costume. Like, it's not a boy. Tuxedo Master's a man. It's like, what are you talking about? He's at least in his 20s, maybe 30s.
You're gonna look like a predator, but the man dressed up as an old woman is gonna be
Yes.
fine.
I'm gonna flip it on her. I was like, I'll show you. So I'll just go as a ball of meat. Fine. Done.
I think
Done.
you should go as a golden girl and just really harass her, you know.
I was gonna mix them both. How about tuxedo meat wall, baby? Just to really stick it in there.
Comes
But it's all good.
tuxedo nanny.
A pregnant nun. You should be a pregnant nun
Yeah.
and just like that.
There you go, baby.
Embarrassing as possible.
No, I'll be underwear dad. I just come in my underwear. Hey, look, it's
underwear.
underwear dad. Like, I'm doing the
Captain
cosplay from
Underpants.
Breaking Bad. I'm the dad from Breaking Bad. That's what I'm doing. That's my cosplay.
Say my name.
So I'll show her. I am the master of embarrassment, but I have to hold back, and it comes so naturally. I have to really fight it. I just pick on her so bad because I love her and I prop her up, but I just want to bring her down a little bit, a couple notches. Just to let her know.
Oh,
But,
you're just teasing her.
Exactly. That's what I think, but I forget because I used to hate it too. She's so much like me. I have to remember that. Like, oh,
She's
she was my killer one. Yeah,
Just
dude. I remember
next-
being that pissed.
Especially
Next
around that
time.
age, especially around her
Yeah.
age, she's very sensitive of her looks, you know, and
Dude.
insecure about her. You know what I mean? Like
I
that's
know
that's
how,
a touchy age
you
for
know,
her.
dude. And imagine being a redhead where every stranger in the world's like, I love your hair.
Yeah.
Her whole life. Her whole life. Like, I'm so tired. I'm like, I'm sorry, kid. That's why I went bald. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't take it anymore.
Were you a redhead, Louis?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Which used to freak people out because my parents are Dominican, so my first language was Spanish. So I used to speak Spanish with a bright. I looked like problem child speaking Spanish. I used to freak people the F out everywhere. It was the best. The best. Oh, and I went to Tampa Bay Comic Con on Sunday, and I got to
Yeah,
meet
I
Keith
see.
David, dude. Dude, that's like such a dream come true. The voice of Gargoyle Goliath and so many awesome things. And I saw They Live. That was my first movie in theaters. My dad took me when I was 7, and my brothers were even younger. And I was like, this movie rules.
What movie?
They Live. So you might know the
They
bubblegum
Live.
line. So you might know the line, the bubblegum's like, I'm here to do 2 things, kick ass and chew bubblegum, and all out of bubblegum. So that's like the famous line from it. But it's
Okay.
basically these aliens have taken over the world, and you can only see them if you wear these sunglasses. And it's amazing. It's such an awesome cult. I think who's the director? The director is a really badass director.
It's like a cult 80s.
Yeah, dude.
film.
Yeah, I couldn't believe my dad took me to see this.
Yeah.
I'm like, this rules, dude. Oh yeah. So he was like the star in that, and I was like, my first thing I ever seen. Like, dude, I've been watching you since I was a kid. And I told him when I told him that my dad took me to see that, he shook his head like, dear God. I'm like, I know. It's the best. You gotta traumatize. 80s kids are traumatized. That's what it is. Especially with movies. I love
No,
it.
we're not traumatized. We grew up right. We
That's
understand
right.
that
You grew up
things.
with good values.
That's right.
That's
We
right,
understand
dude.
things are right and wrong, and things are fake and not real, and how to treat
Villain-
people.
The villains are bad and the heroes
Yeah.
are good. Yeah.
It's funny. I remember that. My dad would tell me, he's like, when we watch Superman, he's like, no, you guys know you can't fly, right? I remember being like, duh. Like,
He's so worried.
duh. It's like, you don't think I tried that? You don't think I tried that before I knew about Superman? Like, I've already tested that. I know I can't fly. But I'll tell you, my favorite thing that Christopher Reeve's Superman, actually Clark Kent did, my favorite thing, that the real superpower I always wanted. I don't know if you guys remember this from the first Superman movie. I believe he was getting his driver's license, and he went to take the test, and then he's filling out the test. And before he even sat down, he finished the test and then went back with the test. And that was a superpower I always wanted. Like, oh my God, he's got super brain powers. He can do tests like nothing. That's the only power I wanted from Superman my whole life. Like, give me that one, brother. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Super smart. Super smart.
I hear
Yeah.
being super smart though is super lonely and depressing because
Oh,
then you're
completely.
stuck in a world full of idiots.
Yes,
You
it's
think
the
about it.
worst. Suffering fools is the worst. Ignorance is bliss for real. Ignorance, bliss for real, people. Oh my God. But it's funny. They sometimes fight, and it's hilarious. Like, look at them fight. No, no, it is silly and it's sad. That's why you have to have the whatever club. What's that smart people club?
Yeah, the Mensa
Yeah,
Club.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah, Mensa. The Mensa's, that Simpsons episode was the best when Mensa Club took over the town. It's like, we're gonna fix everything because we're so smart, but they didn't have any heart, so they like took out all the things that were helping people. It's like, oh no, the brain doesn't have any heart. It doesn't compute that kind of stuff. So it's really great. I love it.
All right,
never
guys, I'm
know,
gonna
baby.
jump out. I have a meeting with Miss Caroline.
I am
Yay.
too.
Standing
Already.
meeting every
Tell her
day.
she's mighty fine. All right, love you guys.
You guys
Thank
say
you
so
very
gentle.
much.
Yeah,
Love you, hearts.
baby. Thank you. You guys are the best. Yeah,
Thank
baby. I don't know how to X out.
I'm not gonna smoke bomb or whatever. I'm just gonna say I love you all.
Yeah, poof.
Everyone has a great
I
Thursday.
love it. Yeah. Just imagine my Nuff said chin thing. Nuff said. Let's go to my chin. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks very much, guys. Thank you to everyone watching. Thank you to everyone who catches the replay if you do. I know 3 hours is pushing it, but few American friends jumped on. So it was a great show. Take care, guys.